tough as hell, honestly. And I truly believe that I was supposed to endure that pain and that hardship so that I could fight through it and ultimately succeed in the face of all adversity.
Carson Beck and the Hurricanes taking on Ohio State in the college football playoff quarterfinal at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Kickoff 7:30 Eastern on New Year's Eve on ESPN TV and ESPN Radio. I'm Chris Villani here in our All-State studios. Coming up next on College Football Live, after subpar years, will Clemson or Penn State cap off 2025 with a victory? Kickoff from the Bronx is next. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
This is Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Mix and match players from any sport on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OT. Get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. That's code OT on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in site credits for just playing. Guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Quick break. Let's talk defense. Football's on your screen, but peace of mind starts at home. Blink Outdoor 4 security cameras offer up to a 2-year battery life and Sync Module XR, so you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no fumbles, just easy coverage that works in the background. You've got your team on the field. Now get your defense at home. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
What would you do with 3 extra weeks this year? Get 50% off your first 6 months of Gusto payroll and get that time back. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll taxes and compliance. So you can go from payroll runs to donut runs, crunching numbers to crushing goals, admin to adventure. Switching now means no need to transfer your payroll history either. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/smallbusiness. That's gusto.com/smallbusiness.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the Vyvgart Hytrulo pre-filled syringe, which contains Efgartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VyvgartMyWay.com. That's VYVGART myway.com. And talk to your doctor about Vyvgart Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law. In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus the front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to the Bad Boy Morris Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm Chris Villani here in our All-State studios. You now pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Just ahead of kickoff at Yankee Stadium, the head coach of the Clemson Tigers, Dabo Swinney, spoke with Caroline Hendershot.
Thanks, Chris. All right, Coach, you know that Penn State likes to run the ball, especially in conditions like this today. It's wintry mix. I know you were excited about it. What does your defense and Sammy Brown have to do to stop this rushing attack today?
Yeah, well, first of all, we got to communicate really well because just, for the way they formation and shift and move, trade, so we got to make sure that we're all on the same page and everybody's doing their job as far as, gap integrity. And then we got to wrap up, got to play physical, got to win at the point of attack. This is some good old New York football right here. This is going to be a lot of fun.
What do you want to see from your quarterback, Cade Klubnik, and just his entire orchestration of your offense today?
Yeah, don't try to do too much. Just let's do the routine and basic stuff well. I think that's where it starts. Get into the rhythm of the game, be a good decision maker for us, whether it is in the run game or in the pass game when we have to throw it. But we got to find a way to run the ball. And so this is a mindset that you have to show up with. And for the quarterback, again, don't get frustrated with doing the boring stuff, well. That's where it starts.
You called this team the greatest turnaround team in Clemson history. What do you want to see from this entire group today? And what are you saying to them pregame to really solidify that legacy?
Yeah, they are. They are the greatest turnaround team. I mean, they're the only team that has started the way we started and then got to 7 wins. So I just want to see them add on. I want to see them get to an 8th win and get a postseason win and find a way to win the game. That's what we've done down the stretch. Early part of the year, we found a way to lose. These last, 5-6 weeks, they've been finding a way to win. And so that's what I want to see them continue to do.
All right, good luck, Coach. Thank you so much. Chris, back to you.
Thanks very much, Caroline. Both Penn State and Clemson finished the year strong. 3 straight wins for the Nittany Lions, 4 in a row in the win column for the Tigers, whose streak will continue in the Bronx. Let's send it out there right now for the opening kickoff at Yankee Stadium. Once again, our crew with the call with Caroline Hendershot and Trevor Mattich. Here's George Sedano.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Trevor, these two teams, if we go back to August, we expected them to be in the national championship game. Things did not unfold that way, obviously, but they have both played good football down the stretch to make themselves bowl eligible. How do you view this particular matchup in these two groups?
George, I love this matchup for all the reasons that you just said. Both of these teams, Penn State, Clemson, made the playoff last year. Both expected to be back and make a run at the national championship. And both had a middle season run for Clemson. It started early against LSU. That was horrific. And they could have folded. But instead of folding, their leadership, their culture came to the fore. And Penn State won their last 3 in a row. Clemson won their last 4 in a row. And the reason I love this game so much is that both teams are desperate to end the season with a win. And both of them have a lot of guys that opted out, that got hurt. There'll be a lot of new players mixed in here. But from a program standpoint, this game matters.
There's no doubt about that. And you heard Dabo Swinney with Caroline just a moment ago. And let's check in on the field conditions with Caroline Hendershot. Caroline?
You guys, it's about 28 degrees here down on the field, but I will say the real feel is a little closer to 19. It's been flurrying pretty steadily out here for the last hour or so. I don't think we're supposed to get that much more snow, but I will say the important thing about this field, it's definitely hard from the cold, and it's slippery as well. So I would say that's a big factor going into today's game.
Yeah, footing will certainly be at a premium, Trevor. But listen, everybody loves a good snow globe game in football.
Right, and I tell you, being here at Yankee Stadium is just amazing. Just walking around the building, looking at the photos of the guys that played for the Yankees in the 1920s and the 1930s, and looking into their eyes and wondering what their lives must have been like, what they loved, what they feared. It's just amazing. And even though this isn't the original Yankee Stadium, it's still the house that Ruth built. And when you talk about that field, it's a baseball field, and so it doesn't have the heaters under the field like a football dedicated field would. And all four corners of the end zone, the back pylons, are right up against the wall. And with the field kind of frozen hard, like Caroline was talking about, guys running fade routes into those corners, trying to catch the ball and slow down on an ice rink, this could get real exciting.
Yeah, and certainly the fall will not be cushioned, to your point as well. These two teams have only faced off once. That was in the 1988 Citrus Bowl, a victory by Clemson in that particular contest. And this is the first time since 2014 that Penn State is playing in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. They beat BC back in 2014. That was James Franklin's first bowl game, for those that are interested at home. Of course, James Franklin no longer the head coach. Terry Smith, the interim coach for Penn State. And James Franklin now the head coach at Virginia Tech. So Penn State has won the toss. They will defer. So Clemson getting out on the field. Penn State still huddling at their 25-yard line at the moment. Adam Randall set back deep to receive for Clemson at his goal line. Randall, obviously converted wide receiver, who became their best running back.
And this will be an interesting game on the ground. Penn State, their defensive front is decimated by opt-outs and injuries. So is Clemson. And I think both sides are going to try to establish a physical nature to this game early.
Gabriel Wusu will kick it off for Penn State. He's a big kid. I mean, he looks like he could play defensive end out there, Trevor.
No, he does. He looks a lot like Harold Fannin Jr., who played at Arkansas State, who now is a Cleveland Brown. He's just got that thick, tight-end body about him.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He's checking the football there with our officiating crew.
Look at him tower over the official.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'm telling you, he looks like he could be a defensive lineman.
Maybe he will be next year. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, in an opt-out situation, he may play it today. What are you talking about?
Listen, that's a good point.
Our officiating crew is from the Big 12. David Alvarez is our lead official. And we are set to kick off here momentarily from Yankee Stadium. The flurries are still coming down. Penn State has it lined up. Here comes Wosu. He boots it. Randall, fair catch. And Clemson will start their first drive. Cade Klubnik comes out, a 3-year starter, Trevor, and has really done as much as anyone can do statistically from that position.
He has, and he's experienced, and that's one of the features in this game. Ethan Grunkemeyer, the quarterback for Penn State, is a young guy who stepped in for the injured Drew Aller earlier in the season, whereas Klubnik has got 3 years of starting under his belt. Let's see how Clemson uses that experience.
Randall's in the backfield as Klubnik is in the gun. Ball between the two hash marks. 1st and 10 from the 25. 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. They give it to Randall right up the middle. Not much there, maybe about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
That was a run right inside, and you would expect that because both sides, with the injuries on the opposing defensive front, are going to try to just hammer away, invest in the run early, and wear them out.
DeJuan Lane, the safety out of Jessup, Maryland, with the tackle. Empty set here on 2nd and 9 for Klubnik. Trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Ball between the hash marks. Klubnik takes the snap. 3-step drop, looks left, throws left. It's complete to TJ Moore, and he's taken down just past the 30-yard line by Zion Tracy. So he'll be shy of the first down marker. It'll be 3rd and 4 upcoming for the Tigers.
Now that was a speed out to the left, and it was nothing other than using the senior quarterback's ability to throw a dart before the defender could get there.
They'll mark him at about the 32.5, so it'll be 3rd and 3. Randall on the right hip of Klubnik. Receiver in motion is Brown from left to right. Trips up top to the right side. On the roll, Klubnik throws to the right. Incomplete. Intended for Tyler Brown. Couldn't hang on to it. Looks like the cold may have been a factor as that thing looked like a rock when it hit him in the chest. So Clemson will be forced to punt.
Yeah, with Antonio Williams and Bryant Wesco out at receiver for Clemson, Brown is one of those young guys that they need to step up, and he was wide open to catch it and turn up to get the conversion to a first down, but I think he got too excited and just dropped the ball.
Jack Smith now back to punt at his 17-yard line. Trevor Pena, the former Syracuse transfer, awaiting the punt at the 26-yard line of Penn State. Pena, an excellent slot receiver, will handle the punt return. Judy said we have a fake right out of the gate, and the pass is incomplete at midfield. So a little trickery there by Jack Smith. He tried to throw it to Ronan Hannafin, the safety. He wasn't even looking back, though, and the pass was well underthrown.
No, that looked like one of those audibles that the punter could do if he liked what he saw. And the thing is, his receiver, Hannafin, was downfield with man coverage, looking for the punt so he could cover it.
So Penn State will start in excellent territory here, deep into Clemson territory at the 32. Ethan Grunkemeyer is out there now. 3-3 record as a starter this year when Drew Aller went down. Penn State breaking the huddle. They have two receivers on the left, one on the right. Corey Smith on the left hip of Grunkemeyer. Quick toss to the left side is complete at the 33-yard line to Ross. Ross turns the corner, heads towards the sideline and out of bounds. Should have gotten close to the first down, maybe about a yard or so short on the far sideline. It'll be a gain of 9, 2nd and 1, ball on the 32.
George, I love that call.
Or 24, rather, pardon me.
Yeah, I love that call by Penn State because everyone in the stadium thought they were just going to run the ball inside and do the same thing to Clemson's depleted front that Clemson's trying to do to them. Instead, they threw it on first down.
All right, trips to the right side. One to the left. Bruckmeyer, sidearms one. It's complete at the 25 to Trevor Pena, and he's taken down at about the 22-yard line, so right at the marker, but there's a player down. It's Kyron Hudson, the transfer from USC. He's down at the 25-yard line, wide receiver, fifth-year senior.
Well, this is one way to wear out a defensive line. The first play, they threw it short to the left sideline. That second play, they threw it short to the right sideline. The Clemson defensive line had to sprint all the way to one side, the next play all the way to the other side. And this is a group that is absolutely decimated by injury. And looks like Penn State is trying to wear them out in a different way.
There's a lot of slipping going around on that field at the moment. The footing, to Caroline's point earlier, not great at the moment. So it'll be 3rd and short, 3rd and about 1. The ball is placed at the 23-yard line. Looks to be a little less than a yard at the moment. Penn State huddling up. Grunkemeyer comes back out. Early on here, 0-0 in the first quarter. Clemson on a fake punt. Threw an incomplete pass. 2 tight ends out there. And 2 receivers. Corey Smith in the backfield, deep in the backfield. Grunkemeyer under center. The tush push. And they'll get the first down and then some as they push the pile inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. Good push there by Rapelier, Andrew Rapelier, the tight end.
Now they had him lined up at left wide receiver. He motioned in late to get that push.
Grunkemeyer in the gun, trips to the right. They hand it off to Smith. Smith busted to the left side, able to slip a couple of tackles and get inside the 15 down to the 12. Brandon Strozier took him down a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 upcoming from the 12-yard line. Excuse me.
Smith is a storyline that we'll be watching with Katron Allen and Nicholas Singleton not playing in this game. Smith is a guy that didn't get a single carry in Big Ten play, but in practice, he impressed a lot of people, so it'll be interesting to see how he's able to hold up as the feature back.
Smith, the redshirt freshman from Milwaukee. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 12. Grunkemeyer changing the play, now going under center. 2 tight ends again. They toss it to Smith, testing the right side, tries to turn the corner, and taken down near the 10-yard line. Looks to be about a yard short of the first down mark. It'll be 3rd and 1 upcoming as Brandon Strozier chased him out of bounds on the near sideline.
They had the whole student body of Penn State University out there wide right, led by Andrew Applewhite.
Bruckmeyer hands it off to Smith, right up the gut and inside the 5. First down for Penn State. They are knocking at the door, a 6-yard gain, 1st and goal.
George, look at what Penn State has done in this first drive. Wide left, wide right, wide left, wide right, run, wide left. Now for the first time they hit it straight up the middle, and it was an important play to the 4-yard line.
So ball's on the 4, as you mentioned, Trevor, on the right hash. Penn State huddling up, moving the ball meticulously here on this drive. Clemson backed up right on the edge of the end zone. We have 2 tailbacks back there. It's Martin and Smith. Offset eye. Bruckmeyer under center. 2 tight ends. They hand it off to the upman Martin, and he is denied by the Clemson defense. A short gain, Sammy Brown right there. They'll call it no gain.
That was a smart design by Penn State. It just didn't work. They had a lot of eye candy going wide right. Most of their plays in this drive have gone outside. They handed it back inside, and it just got absolutely stuck.
So Clemson will break the huddle here momentarily with 2 tight ends, Luke Reynolds and Andrew Rappelyak. They shift to the left side of the formation. Smith on the right hip of Bruckmeyer, who's in the gun. They give it to Smith, and Smith chased down from behind. Sammy Brown rode him down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 2. 6 straight rushes after 2 passes to start the game for Penn State. Bruckmeyer in the gun, hands it off to Smith again. Smith bouncing off defenders and tackled for a loss by Ronan Hannafin. What a good defensive stand there by the Tigers. And they will force a kick here by Penn State. A loss of 1 on the play.
Now that was fantastic, because now it puts Penn State in a position to have to go for a field goal instead of maybe going for a touchdown in the shadow of the goal line on a 4th down.
So 8:49 to go. Scoreless here in the first quarter. Penn State trying to line it up for a 23-yard field goal. Ball on the right hash. Their left-footed kicker, Ryan Barker, out there to kick it. There's the snap, high snap, the hold. The kick is up, and it is good. He sneaks it in. So 3-0 Penn State early on here. 8:32 to go in the first quarter as they lead Clemson. You're listening to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
This is Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Mix and match players from any sport on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OT and get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. That's code OT on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in site credits for just playing. Guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
This is the Bad Boy Morris Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
8:32 to go here in the first quarter. Penn State leading Clemson 3-0 here in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium. George Sedano, Trevor Matich with you. Let's check in with Caroline for an update downstairs.
George, we saw Kyron Hudson go down on the field earlier. He was able to jog off on his own. He went over to the sideline, was pacing a bit before going into the injury tent. He came out wearing a brace on his right knee. He's currently off the bike doing some jogs on the sideline once again, so we'll see if he gets back in the game, but something to watch with that brace on that right knee.
All right, Caroline, thank you so much. Kyron, 23 catches this year, 286 yards, 2 touchdowns. Transfer from USC, was there for 3 seasons prior to that. So Clemson's gamble doesn't really work, but they only give up 3. Ronan Hannafin was the intended target on their fake punt, and he ends up coming up with a big stop on the drive for Penn State, Trevor.
Yeah, that fake punt was awesome because we're in a bowl. You've got 27 opt-outs and injuries for Clemson. Why not go for a fake punt when Penn State doesn't expect it? The problem is they just didn't execute.
Yeah.
Hannafin didn't know the ball was coming to him.
Yep. Now, Wusu will kick it off again. Number 99 for Penn State. As we've outlined, looks like a defensive lineman. Looks kind of like Aaron Judge here at Yankee Stadium, if we're being honest. And he boots it from the 35. A high kick is fielded by Randall, and it's a fair catch, so Clemson will get the ball back now. Cade Klubnik and company had a 3-and-out the first time out, so Tyler Brown dropped a ball right in his chest, Trevor.
They did, and it's interesting that they basically relied on Klubnik on that one. He had a terrific throw to the left sideline earlier in the drive, and then that drop on 3rd down stalled the drive, but Klubnik did everything he needed to do. That sort of is a microcosm of the way his career at Clemson has been.
So Klubnik is in the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Adam Randall on his right hip. Ball on the left hash. Now Randall switching to the left side. Klubnik drops back. Quick drop. Looks right, throws right. Complete at the 30-yard line. They'll give him to the 31 to Tristan Smith. Go ahead, Trevor.
No, that was just one of those easy throws to get the quarterback and receivers in rhythm. Smith just ran up about 8 yards or so, turned around, presented his numbers to the quarterback, and it was an easy pitch and catch, immediate tackle. That's not designed to really get much done from a field position standpoint. What it's designed to do is get something started that's positive.
All right, gain of 5, 2nd and 5 from the 30. Klubnik in the gun. Again, Randall to his left. They shift 2 receivers to the left side. The tight end, Sapp and Bettencourt. 2 receivers to the right, on the right hash. They dump it off to Randall on the left side. Inside the numbers, taken down at about the 33-yard line by DeJuan Lane. A gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 2 upcoming for Clemson.
Excellent open field tackle by Lane. He's in there for Zaki Wheatley, who's the leading tackler in the secondary for Penn State. Wheatley is not playing in this game, so Lane is one of those young guys that needs to step up.
So 3rd and 2, 7:22 to go. Penn State leading 3-0. Klubnik on the quick toss to Randall. On the left side. Don't know if he got there. Looks to be short. Didn't seem to gain anything. Danny Dennis Sutton with the tackle. No gain. 4th and 2 for Clemson. And the punt team is coming out. Great penetration in the backfield by Audavian Collins for Penn State.
And Collins in for Elliott Washington, who also is a starter at corner, who's not playing in this game, and Collins did a great job getting upfield and setting the edge.
So that's back-to-back 3-and-outs for Clemson, trailing by 3 with 6:49 to go. Jack Smith out there to punt at the moment. He's awaiting the punt at his 19. Trevor Pena awaiting to receive at his own 25. This time, Smith boots it. Pena fair catch at the 30, and that's where Penn State will start as he catches it on the near sideline on the numbers. We'll step aside. Penn State leading 3-0 over Clemson with 6:34 to go here in the first quarter. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
What would you do with 3 extra weeks this year? Get 50% off your first 6 months of Gusto payroll and get that time back. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll taxes and compliance. So you can go from payroll runs to donut runs, crunching numbers to crushing goals, admin to adventure. Switching now means no need to transfer your payroll history either. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/smallbusiness. That's gusto.com/smallbusiness.
Quick break. Got your fire safety game plan? When it comes to your home, every second matters. That's why we trust Kidde Smoke Alarms. They're built to respond fast and cut down on false alarms, so you can act with confidence when it counts. And now you can upgrade to over 25% faster smoke detection with Kidde's latest technology. It's more time to react and more peace of mind. That's why Kidde is North America's #1 home fire safety brand. So whether you're upgrading or installing for the first time, go with the alarms that deliver performance when it matters most. Kidde, help protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products based on total household installations as of December 2023.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. You know, one of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
You're listening to the Bad Boy Boys Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Welcome back to the Bad Boy Boys Pinstripe Bowl here at Yankee Stadium. George Sedano, Trevor Maddich with you. Let's check in with the third member of our team, Caroline Hendershot. Caroline?
George, we just saw running back Adam Randall get a lot of those reps for Clemson. And when we were talking to Garrett Riley, their offensive coordinator, earlier this week, he said he gets better as the game goes on. So Riley challenged Randall to start faster. He has to bring a lot of production to this Clemson offense for them to be productive today. And then speaking on the defensive side of the ball, Sammy Brown, Tom Allen, their defensive coordinator, could not say enough good things about him. Not only is he a foundational guy for this Clemson defense on the field, more impressively, he's a 3.9 GPA in biological sciences and is an aspiring pediatrician. So he is an amazing player both on and off the field for these Tigers.
All right, Caroline, certainly something Dabo prides himself on. 6:34 to go in the first. 3-0 Penn State. Grunkemeyer with the ball. Quentin Martin in the backfield. They play fake to him. Pressure coming, and Grunkemeyer goes down at the 20. Caden Story first there, along with Fletcher Cothran. And Clemson, their defense coming up big all of a sudden, Trevor.
They did, and they thwarted a big play attempt by Penn State. That was play-action pass. Grunkemeyer set up right in the middle of the pocket, right behind the football, about 7 yards deep, and he was looking deep down the field when both Clemson defenders converged on him.
So a 10-yard loss on the play. Fletcher Cothran and Caden Story there met at the quarterback. Ball between the hash marks. Grunkemeyer breaks the huddle. Quentin Martin, in the backfield. You got Luke Reynolds and Rappolier at tight end. In motion. Play fake. Grunkemeyer. Pressure coming up the middle. Throws it towards the sideline. And it's caught down the sideline by Rappolier. And he gets into Clemson territory. Streaking down the sideline to the 49-yard line. Jeremiah Alexander chased him out of bounds. A 30-yard gain.
When that ball was in the air, George, I thought that was a mistake, maybe even a throwaway, but it dropped in right on the sideline to Rappolier, and the linebacker, Alexander, was right on him. I mean, he was wearing his uniform.
We have a flag.
Moving and did not reset. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
So there you have it. On the shift there, David Alvarez, our lead official, the Big 12 crew tells us there. 5:31 to go, 3-0 Penn State, and a big play called back due to an infraction.
Well, this is the second drive for Penn State, and the first one was all short passes and runs. This time, they've been looking downfield. That play, if they can duplicate it, Clemson's going to have to back away from the run at the line of scrimmage.
So it's 2nd and 25 now from the 16-yard line. Quentin Martin in the backfield. Grunkemeyer looking towards the far sideline for instruction. They got 2 receivers to each side. Ball between the hash marks. Grunkemeyer takes the snap, looks right, throws right. Checks it down to Martin, and he gets drilled. Didn't even have the ball in his hands, but Ashton Hampton laid him out right at the line of scrimmage on the near sideline.
And Hampton in there for Avian Terrell, who might be a first-round draft choice. He was in zone coverage, and he just fired on this ball. The Clemson defense had 10 of their 11 guys within 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. They were expecting something short, and boy, did they pay it off of that hit.
And Hampton ran off the field, looks to be holding his shoulder. So it'll be 3rd and 25 now here. Grunkemeyer in the gun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They safely hand it off to Martin on the left side at the 15, 25, 20, breaking tackles and gets past the original line of scrimmage and near the sticks, to be honest with you, at the 37-yard line. A 21-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 4 upcoming for Penn State, so a lot more breathing room for the punt unit.
They did. The Clemson defense gave them that basically. The play before, they had one deep safety. This time they had 3 guys that were about 15 yards deep. It was 3rd and 25, and that's why they called that run.
So a run on the left side, fruitful at least for space. Wusa will come out. He takes the snap. He punts it from his 25. End-over-end punt. Moore lets it bounce at the 25, inside the 20, down to the 15, inside the 15, and down at about the 12-yard line. So Clemson again in deep in their own territory after a 51-yard punt, no return. With 4:18 to go in the first quarter, it's still Penn State 3, Clemson nothing. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm all about big chips, I'm from New York, city of the terrorists. Yes, I'm from New York.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the VivGuard Hytrulo prefilled syringe, which contains F-gartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VivGuardMyWay.com. That's VYVGART MyWay.com. And talk to your doctor about VivGuard Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Okay, guys, maybe we've had a few holiday gift fumbles in the past. I've been there. You've been there. We've all been there. Well, not this year. I've teamed up with the Books Company to bring you the holiday gift that hits every time. The Books Flower Subscription. Modern bouquets delivered fresh every month. And with my promo code Canty, you'll save 25%. Books flowers are fresh cut from the best farms, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Think about that. No guessing sizes, no wrapping disasters. Just set it and forget it. She gets the bouquet monthly. You'll get all the credit. This is the best husband life hack that scores extra points every time. Starting at $48 plus free shipping, you can skip, cancel, or pause at any time. This is your no-stress guaranteed win. Go to Books.com and use my promo code Canty to get 25% off your first order. Go to Books.com, promo code Canty. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty.
This is the Bad Boy Morris Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
4:18 to go in the first quarter. Penn State leading Clemson 3-0 here in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. George Sedano, Trevor Maddich, Caroline Hendershot with you here at Yankee Stadium. So, Trevor, Clemson on their first 2 drives, 7 plays, 16 yards, 0 first downs. They'll give it their 3rd try here momentarily.
Right, one of those plays was a fake punt that didn't work, so they were basically 3 and out both times. The problem is the defense of Penn State is crowding the line of scrimmage. The longest play for Clemson so far in their first 2 drives is just 6 yards.
So here comes Cade Klubnik and company. Adam Randall out there at tailback. He's been there every snap to this point, along with Klubnik. They have rotated a number of different receivers and tight ends, but it'll be Randall and Klubnik making sure they give the Tigers their best chance to win this particular contest. So they break the huddle at the moment. Klubnik in the gun. Randall on his right hip. Ball on the right hash. 2 receivers to each side. Tight end in motion from right to left. They hand it off to Randall. Randall testing the right side. Not much there. No gain on that play as he's taken down in between the hash marks and the numbers. It'll be 2nd and 10 upcoming from their own 13-yard line.
Well, George, there was actually a lot there. Pretty much everybody on the offense and the defense was stacked up on the line of scrimmage to the right side, making that tackle. Penn State had 2 deep safeties. You need to run here, and Clemson is not able to do it.
2nd and 10 from their own 13. Klubnik in the gun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Randall in the backfield. Ball in the right hash. Play action. 3-step drop for Klubnik. Looking left. Checks it down to Randall at the 10. He's got room to run to the 15, 20, and upended there. So it'll be about 2 yards shy or so of the first down. They'll give him 9. It'll be 3rd and 1 on the play. Jameer Joseph brought him down near the numbers on the near sideline. Here comes Klubnik running quickly to the line in the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They hand it off to Randall. Randall straight ahead. And he picks up the first down to the 25 as he's taken down near the left hash mark by Amari Campbell. A 3-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Now, I'm looking for more deep pass attempts. That 2nd down play, he just dumped it off short to the left. But he had T.J. Moore on a deep post route. It was well covered, but Clemson's starting to get a little frisky.
Ball on the 25-yard line. Klubnik in the gun. 2 receivers to the right. Tight end shifts from right to left. 2 receivers down on the left side. Randall on his right hip. Ball on the left hash. Klubnik, 3-step drop, throws over the middle, sails it over his intended target, and nearly intercepted at the 50 by DeJuan Lane. A dangerous pass there by Klubnik, intended for T.J. Moore.
And he had plenty of time to throw that. There was a free rusher coming from Klubnik's left. Adam Randall, the running back, did a great job in space of picking up that blitz. And it allowed Klubnik to make that throw. It was almost picked off. Must have been a miscommunication because that looked like he was throwing it directly to Penn State.
2nd and 10 from his own 25. Klubnik in the gun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Offset I formation in the backfield. They fake it to Randall. They toss it there on the wide receiver screen to Moore. Moore darting forward past the 35-yard line. Should have enough for the first down as he gets to the 36. An 11-yard gain, 1st and 10. King Mack and Amari Campbell brought him down near the near side numbers.
Well, then they are throwing to the sideline once again. But this ended up being a gain because of a terrific block out there by Tyler Brown. Tyler Brown, the wide receiver. He blocked the corner who was up pressed on him. That's what allowed Moore to get loose.
Gideon Davison checks in with about 2 minutes to go. Clemson trailing by 3 here in the first quarter. Klubnik in the gun. Ball on the left hash. 2 on the right. 1 receiver to the left. Penn State showing blitz. Play action. Klubnik over the middle. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Tyler Brown, their wide receiver at midfield. That's the 2nd drop pass for him today. But a little low on that pass. But still should have come up with it.
Yeah, it was just a slant on the left against zone, so there was plenty of room for him to catch and run, and I think that was part of the problem. He saw that he could get a lot of yards after the catch on this one, but he wasn't able to haul it in.
And it's the 2nd time against his body. He's not trying to catch it with his hands, so it's 2nd and 10. Klubnik 5 of 8 for 34 yards at the moment. He's in the gun. All on the 35, takes the snap. Quick drop, throws it incomplete again at the 40-yard line to this true freshman Clark Sanderson as he drops it at the numbers. So 3rd and 10 upcoming from the 36-yard line for Clemson, and their receivers failing them at the moment.
George, it's cold out there, but it's not that cold, for goodness sake. I mean, that's 3 times Klubnik has hit a receiver in the hands and 3 times that they've dropped it.
Clemson 1 of 3 on 3rd downs. Ball on the left hash. 3rd and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Gideon Davidson, the true freshman, on the left hip of Klubnik. In the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Klubnik takes the snap. 5-step drop. Got time. Now pressure coming. Throws it and skips it to his intended target near midfield. That was Tristan Smith. And that one, Klubnik got rid of it maybe a little too early as the pressure was coming around the corner.
Yeah, he threw that ball while he's being pushed, essentially, or just before he got pushed. So he threw it off his back foot, and he wasn't able to follow through. if he had followed through, Georgia would have hit his helmet right off, or excuse me, his hand off of a Penn State rusher's helmet. So wasn't much more he could do.
So 3 straight incompletions for Klubnik. The last one, though, on him. The other 2 on the receivers, as you mentioned. Jack Smith now to punt it, awaiting the punt at his own 21. Trevor Pena inside his 25. Smith boots this one, a low line drive punt.
Oh.
And not a good punt as it now takes a Penn State bounce. Clemson able to pounce on it at about the 36. A 28-yard punt, no return. Tyler Venables was able to corral it at the 36-yard line. So good field position for Penn State here.
Venables, the son of former Clemson defensive coordinator Brent Venables, who's now the head coach at Oklahoma. He'd be proud of his son getting down there and making that play.
Liam Clifford is in the game at the moment. He's down on the bottom of the screen. They use him in the Wildcat, and a lot of trick plays, so we'll keep an eye on that. Brunkmeyer in the gun here, trips to the left, one to the right, and it is Clifford. Corey Smith and Martin in the backfield. On the jet sweep to Coleman on the left side, or excuse me, Clifford on the left side, and he gets down about the 37-yard line, we'll call it. So it's a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 upcoming. Brunkmeyer hands it off to Martin on the right side, and he gets the first down as he gets taken down near the numbers at the 46-yard line. 1:02 to go here in the first quarter. Penn State leading by 3 and driving.
That was a terrific run off right tackle. This is a big offensive line for Penn State. Now, they got a lot of starters out, but they still have a lot of size, and they just leaned on Clemson on that right side.
Corey Smith in the backfield again now, giving Martin a spell. 2 receivers on the left, 2 tight ends out there. Brunkmeyer flaps, takes the snap. He's going to keep this time and slides after maybe a half a yard. Sammy Brown covered him up pretty quickly as he's taken down between the hash marks near midfield.
Now, that time they ran to the left. I thought they should keep going to the right, George, just because that play was their best run play of the day behind big right guard Anthony Donko, who is playing right tackle right now.
So time is ticking, under 10 seconds to go. Brunkmeyer in the gun. Will they run one more play? They will not, it looks like. And that'll do it for the first quarter. So Penn State with a 3-0 lead. It'll be 2nd and 10 on the other side. The ball is on their 47-yard line. Again, Penn State after 1, leading 3-0 over Clemson. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/streaming and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/streaming.
This is Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Mix and match players from any sport on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OT and get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. That's code OT on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in site credits for just playing. Guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
If you're an HVAC technician and a call comes in, Grainger knows that you need a partner that helps you find the right product, fast and hassle-free. And you know that when the first problem of the day is a clanking blower motor, there's no need to break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product details, you're confident you'll soon have everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Chris Villani. Our scoreboard update brought to you by Venmo. Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. On New Year's Eve, it'll be number 10 Miami taking on second-ranked Ohio State. College football playoff quarterfinal at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Buckeyes quarterback Julian saying on dealing with that Hurricanes defense.
Yeah, just as a quarterback, have to be, extremely quick in your decision-making. And, you can't be holding on the ball forever and, putting her off the line in stress. So just being on point as a quarterback is gonna help our offense stay on schedule.
Hurricanes and Buckeyes kick off 7:30 Eastern Wednesday night on ESPN Radio. Back we go to the Bronx once again with Caroline Hendershot and Trevor Matta. Cheers, George Sedano.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. 2nd and 10 for Penn State from their own 47-yard line as we begin the second quarter. Grunkmeyer, quick toss to the boundary to Devontae Ross, and Ross skips out of bounds in Clemson territory. A short gain there of 4 as he's chased down by Gibson.
Here they go again. They started the game by throwing it wide to one side, then wide to the next side, then attacking up the middle, and that was wide to the right. But I expect them to try to throw deep down the middle, or at least down the sideline. Their best play of the day was a 30-yard pass to Andrew Rapplier, the tight end, up the right sideline, and it was called back because of a penalty. I can see them going back to that, George.
Yep, 3rd and 6 here, and Smith in the backfield. Grunkmeyer clapping. Ball on the 49-yard line of Clemson. Grunkmeyer now looking towards the sideline for instructions. In the gun, pistol formation. They give it to Smith. Smith weaving through traffic and held up after a short gain by Sammy Brown, able to kind of corral him with his right arm. It'll be 4th and 3 upcoming. And Penn State's offense remains on the field. Ball on the 47-yard line. Grunkmeyer in the gun, takes the snap, looks left, checks it down to Rapplier, and loses his footing. He had an easy opportunity to pick up the first down. Not a lot of white shirts in front of him, so no gain on the play, and a turnover on downs.
Now, I see why they did what they did, to throw it out there to their big tight end. But at the same time, the short passes are something that Clemson is now starting to swarm. And you're right, he had some time there. He had some space. He might have made it.
We have a flag on the field, so we'll see what the laundry's about as the officials are converging at the moment at the 25-yard line. That's a second flag here in the game. I've yet to see them actually on the field, though.
Right.
There they are. It's actually on the near sideline, so being covered up by the Clemson sideline.
I was thinking it was frozen in their belt and they can't get it out. Yeah.
After the discussion, there's no foul for illegal substitution. There were only 11 players on the field. First down.
So there you have it. First down, Clemson.
You know what, though? The Clemson players, the defense that was kind of on the field while that call was coming in from the official, they were clapping in relief that there wasn't a penalty on them. It's like there's so many new guys that are out there. It's easy to have either 10 or 12 on the field at one time if somebody's not quite sure about the substitution, but they got it right.
We saw the replay on our television monitor with ABC, and Rapplier almost did a full split, losing his footing on that 4th down play. Here's Klubnik in the gun. Randall to his right. Ball on the right hash. As the drive begins on the 46-yard line of Clemson. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. 5-step drop for Klubnik with time. Now pressure up the middle. Throws and skips it to his intended target, Tristan Smith, at about the 45-yard line. Quarterback pressure there up the middle by Ivan Kimaju.
That pressure is what caused the errant throw, but Klubnik had enough time. His receiver was open. First he looked to his left and then came back to the right as the pressure came right up the middle. But he should have been able to get that ball to his receiver. Instead of bounced on the ground about 2 yards in front of him.
4 straight incompletions for Klubnik, 13:47 to go. It is 2nd and 10 here from his own 46. Klubnik, pistol formation in the gun. Quick toss to the left side. It is complete at the 49-yard line of Penn State to Tyler Brown. So Brown holds on to one after dropping his first 2. It's a gain of 5, 3rd and 5 upcoming.
They're trying to get anything going. That was just a short route, run up on the left side, about 6 yards down the field, turn around. They're going to have to get more done than that, though, because they're not being very efficient. They're dropping too many passes.
Trips receivers to the left. Kate Klubnik in the gun, 3rd and 5. One receiver to the right. Now they shift over from right to left. Klubnik, pressure coming in his face and taken down near the numbers on the far sideline. Danny Dennis Sutton makes his second big play of the game today. And a huge sack there, a loss of 15 on that play. 4th down, and Clemson will be forced to punt. Under 13 to go, trailing by 3 here in the second quarter.
George, Penn State right now is in Klubnik's head. He did not have to bug out of the pocket. He had a clean pocket, but he moved out to the left, and Dennis Sutton was rushing off that side. He wasn't anywhere close to where the middle of the pocket was, but Klubnik moved it out to him.
So Jack Smith to punt it from his 21. Pena to receive at his own 21. A spiraling skying punt here. Pena receives it and gets absolutely walloped at the 20-yard line by Ronan Hannafin, again making a play for Clemson. 12:20 to go here in the second quarter. Penn State with the 3-point lead. They have the ball when we start on the other side. You're listening to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the VivGuard Hytrulo prefilled syringe, which contains F-gartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VivGuardMyWay.com. That's VYVGART myway.com. And talk to your doctor about VivGuard Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
What would you do with 3 extra weeks this year? Get 50% off your first 6 months of Gusto payroll and get that time back. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from payroll runs to donut runs, crunching numbers to crushing goals, admin to adventure. Switching now means no need to transfer your payroll history either. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/smallbusiness. That's gusto.com/smallbusiness.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
You're listening to the Bad Boy Boys Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Welcome back here to Yankee Stadium. 3-0 Penn State over Clemson. George Sedano, Trevor Matich with you here. Let's check in with Caroline.
George, when we were talking to OC Garrett Riley earlier this week, he was telling us that while Kate Klubnik is one of his favorite players to coach, one of the things that he has been working on with him is that he's such a quick processor that sometimes he's almost too fast. I know we just saw him get sacked on that last play because he was holding onto the ball a little bit too long. But Riley told us that when he slows down just a bit, this team has really started to play well in the back half of the season. And not to mention, he's only one completion away from tying Taj Boyd for the most career completions in Clemson history.
Thank you, Caroline. Right, he needed 8 to come into this one to take over the record from Taj Boyd. So we'll keep an eye on that, certainly for Klubnik, although his receivers not helping him out very much, Trevor, on that end.
No, they haven't. I mean, Caroline makes a great point that it's a lot easier to slow a guy down than it is to speed him up if he's not processing fast enough, right? But this has been Klubnik's greatest problem over the course of his Clemson career. He's had so many times when the offensive line hasn't been very good. The running game has not worked well. The receivers have not gotten downfield and made plays and gotten open early enough, and Klubnik's the one that gets all the grief for it.
All right, Grunkemeyer in the pistol formation in the gun. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Takes the snap, play fake, 7-step drop, fires one deep down the middle of the field, has a man, but overshoots his target near the 30-yard line. That was Devontae Ross. There's that man again, Ronan Hannafin in coverage, making another good play defensively for Clemson.
That's right. The receiver was trying to run a corner route deep, ran deep up the right seam, and then moved out to the right. The problem is that Hannafin was in front of him, running the route for him.
Yeah.
And so he basically boxed out, and that ball came in and hit the dirt.
Cade Denhoff with the pressure on Grunkemeyer. They break the huddle on 2nd and 10 from their own 21. Penn State does. Martin in the backfield with Grunkemeyer. Grunkemeyer in the gun. Martin on his right hip. Trips to the left side. They look left, throw left. It's a completion to Pena at the 25, now at the 30. Dragging defenders near the 35-yard line. Has a first down to the 34-yard line. Brandon Strozier brought him down eventually. An 18-yard gain and a first down in the left hash.
Yeah, they had a lot of blockers out in front that time.
Grunkemeyer in the gun going quick. Play action. Grunkemeyer, pressure coming in his face. Checks it down to Martin. Martin tripped up by the turf monster shy of the 30-yard line. So big loss on that play of 5. As he falls at the far sideline, rather.
Yeah, the problem is if you put your foot down a little bit too early, if that grass is soft, it slides a little bit. You can recover from it, but it's hard right now. So when it hits, it's like hitting concrete, and it stops that foot cold, and that's why he fell down.
Ball is marked at the 29-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 15. Ball on the right hash. Grunkemeyer in the gun. Martin to his right. 2 receivers to the left. Rapelier, the tight end, now moving from right to left. Grunkemeyer with time. Delivers a strike down the field. Incomplete, though. His receiver, Devontae Ross, dropped it. A sure first down at midfield. And another drop by another receiver in this one.
Yeah, that was wide open. I mean, wide open on a dig right between the zone coverage. And it was just a flat-out drop. And that wasted so much good effort. You talked about the tight end, Andrew Rapelier. He once again blocked defensive end Cade Denhoff to give time to throw. Everything was great.
Well, Ross was looking the other way, looking to run before he secured the ball. 3rd and 15 from their own 29. Grunkemeyer in the gun, clapping for the ball. Now turning over to the far sideline for instruction. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage. 3 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. Nope, he may not have gotten it off. They're calling a timeout. Yep, Penn State calling a timeout as time was ticking and running out.
Timeout. Penn State. They're first of the half. 30 seconds in length.
There you go. 10:59 to go in the second quarter. It'll be 3rd and 15 upcoming for Penn State from their own 29-yard line. They lead 3-0 against Clemson. We now pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Welcome back here to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. George Sedano, Trevor Matic, Caroline Hendershot with you. Penn State leading 3-0. They have the ball, 3rd and 15, deep in their own territory at their own 29, 11:01 to go in the second quarter. And at the moment, it has been tough sledding if you're a receiver. Lots of drops on both sides. 4 for Clemson, and at least 2 by my count for Penn State. Let's see what happens here on 3rd and 15. Ball on the right hash. Ethan Grunkemeyer, the quarterback, in the gun. Trevor Pena in motion from right to left, trips to the left side. Grunkemeyer, pressure coming, backside, steps up into the pocket, throws it on the run to Rapelier, his tight end, and he's buried right away by Brandon Strozier. Nowhere to go. Maybe a yard on that play. Good defense by Clemson as Rapelier is taken down on the numbers on the near side.
They had a free runner blitzing from the right. That time, Rapelier went out to catch the pass. He wasn't blocking. He's been doing a great job on the blind side of Grunkemeyer, protecting him there. This time he wasn't there, and the free runner got all the way out to Grunkemeyer and messed up his ability to throw that ball accurately.
My son Kelly was coming off the corner there. TJ Moore set back to receive. Wusu to punt it. Skies this one. And a fair catch at the 22-yard line by TJ Moore. A 48-yard punt, no return. Clemson will regain possession here momentarily. And look, Trevor, we've documented this. It's 10:13 to go here in the second quarter. Penn State leading 3-0. Penn State only scored because they had the short field on what was a fake punt by Clemson. Now, Dabo Swinney told Taylor McGregor on ABC, the sideline reporter, during his interview, that was not supposed to be a fake punt, so you nailed it, partner. That was an audible call by the punter that shouldn't have been called.
Yeah, a lot of times the punter will sit back and see what the punt return team is doing, see how they're lined up, and if they're lined up a certain way, then he triggers an audible, but he was the only one that knew it.
1st and 10 from their own 22 for Clemson. Klubnik hands it off on the right side to Tyler Brown, turns the corner and gets near the marker past the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him right at the sticks, and they'll give him the first down. So he's taken down. No, yeah, the far official has signaled first down. Ball on the right hash, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. They hand it off to Randall. Randall testing the right side, punishing defenders as he gets down past the 35 to the 36-yard line. A 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
Randall, up until that run, had been averaging about 1.5 yards per carry. Hasn't been getting much going on. That was his best run of the day.
It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 36-yard line. Klubnik in the gun. Gideon Davidson, in there now, the true freshman at tailback. 2 receivers to each side. Klubnik, he's going to run it himself. He's certainly capable on the left side. Picks up some yardage, takes a hit, though, at the 39. A gain of 3 on the play. DeJuan Lane hit him. It's going to be 3rd and 3 for Clemson. We may need to see Klubnik run it a little more.
Yeah, right now the running game for Clemson is going nowhere, and the receivers are dropping too many passes, and when they're not dropping them, they're not getting them into their hands because Klubnik is throwing it short. So they're out of sync, and the last resort is have the running back be a lead blocker, have the quarterback carry the ball, and party like it's 1969.
Well, Clemson only has 7 yards rushing now at the moment, so they're going to have to do better than that, and they led the ACC in drops. So now here's Klubnik in the gun, and we have a timeout on the field. Dabo Swinney wants to talk things over on 3rd and 3 from their own 39, and the way things have gone, I don't blame them.
Timeout. Clemson, their first of the half.
We'll step aside as well. 8:32 to go in the 3rd quarter. Penn State leading Clemson 3-0. Clemson will have a 3rd and 3 on the other side from their own 39. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Quick break. Tailgates are won before the food even hits the grill. That's why you need to go with Kingsford Original Charcoal. It lights fast, burns long, and it brings that bold, smoky flavor every time. Since 1920, Kingsford's been the gold standard of grilling. If you're grilling for a crowd, it's the guaranteed way to get the W. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Compared to nationally available conventional charcoal in the USA.
Okay, guys, maybe we've had a few holiday gift fumbles in the past. I've been there. You've been there. We've all been there. Well, not this year. I've teamed up with the Books Company to bring you the holiday gift that hits every time. The Books Flower Subscription. Modern bouquets delivered fresh every month. And with my promo code Canty, you'll save 25%. Books flowers are fresh cut from the best farms, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Think about that. No guessing sizes, no wrapping disasters. Just set it and forget it. She gets the bouquet monthly. You'll get all the credit. This is the best husband life hack that scores extra points every time. Starting at $48 plus free shipping, you can skip, cancel, or pause at any time. This is your no-stress guaranteed win. Go to Books.com and use my promo code Canty to get 25% off your first order. Go to Books.com, promo code Canty. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
This is the Bad Boy Morris Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Welcome back here to Yankee Stadium. Penn State leading 3-0 with 8:32 to go in the second quarter. A 3rd and 3 upcoming at the moment for Clemson. Let's check in real quick with Caroline.
George, offensive coordinator Garrett Riley was saying that two things that Clemson needed to focus on for this game was their offensive line play, but also third downs. He said they don't want to be in 3rd and longs against Penn State, but they also can't be afraid to run the ball in those situations either. I know they're only at 3rd and 3 right now, but I would expect a run on this play.
All right, Caroline, thank you. They're only 1 of 5 on 3rd down. Trips to the right side, Klubnik in the gun. Tight end Bencourt on the left. Gideon Davidson, the tailback, on the left hip of Klubnik. Ball on the 39-yard line. Clemson in their own territory. Brown in motion from right to left into the slot, now back out. Klubnik takes the snap, quick toss. It is complete for a first down to Tyler Brown at the 45-yard line. A 6-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10. And finally, Clemson picks up a first down through the air.
Right, and that's one of their longest plays of the day. That's how this game is gone.
So 1st and 10 from their own 45. Klubnik in the gun. A toss on the right side to Davidson, the freshman. And he's chased out of bounds on a loss on that play by Dominic DeLuca. He'll lose several yards on that play. And Clemson going the wrong way. -4 on that one. 2nd and 14 upcoming.
Yeah, DeLuca has been playing linebacker for Penn State since the man walked on the moon in the 1960s. Been there forever. They've got so many injuries and opt-outs that he probably will play this whole game, and I think he relishes that. He's a team leader, and he's a hard-nosed, classic Penn State linebacker.
2nd and 14 from their own 41. Klubnik in the gun for Clemson. He takes the snap. 3-step drop. Pressure surrounding him. He's going to step up. He throws on the run to his left side. It's complete at the 40 to Moore. 30, 25, 20 down the sideline and out of bounds near the 15-yard line. DeJuan Lane eventually chased him out at the 16-yard line. A 40-yard gain for Clemson. What a play there by Klubnik.
George, that was nuts. When he pulled that ball down and started to run to his right, I thought he was just going to scramble for as much as he could. But he kept looking downfield, and he saw Moore with a busted coverage deep left.
And Klubnik now the all-time leader in completions for Clemson with that pass. Randall in the backfield now with Klubnik. Trips to the right side, 1 to the left. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. No mark him at. And we have whistles here. Timeout, Penn State.
Timeout. Penn State. Their second of the half, 30 seconds in length.
And that's the one area, if Clemson can get the passing game going, Penn State, even with Grunkemeyer, like, they're not built to come from behind. Grunkemeyer, only 14 pass attempts by average per game in the games he started. He's 3-3 in those contests.
Now, they focused, Penn State did, on the running of Nicholas Singleton and Katron Allen, and they wanted to protect Grunkemeyer. He wasn't supposed to play this year. This was supposed to be Drew Aller's triumphant season, but he got hurt. And so the redshirt freshman Grunkemeyer had to go in, and Penn State did as much as they could to protect him with a lot of running and then play action passes. And that's one of the reasons this drive is so important. The ball's on the 15-yard line going in. Clemson's got it. So far, points have been at a premium. And the last thing they want is for Grunkemeyer to have to throw the ball in order to come back and win. And remember this, that both of these teams are desperate to win this game because of the way their seasons have gone.
And the secondary depleted by opt-outs for the Nittany Lions. Elliott Washington Jr., Zakee Wheatley, and A.J. Harris are all unavailable in this one. If you're Klubnik and company, you want to test that secondary. Klubnik in the gun. Randall on his left. Ball on the left hash. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line of Penn State. 2 receivers, check that 3 to the right. Klubnik, 5-step drop, good time, looks left, throws left. Incomplete, almost intercepted there by Darius Dixon. Dangerous pass for Klubnik. Him and the receiver clearly not on the same page, T.J. Moore.
Yeah, Moore ran a corner route, more upfield. Klubnik looked like he expected to be an out route. Darius Dixon is the guy who is in for A.J. Harris, who they expect to be a first-round draft choice, but he's not playing today. He is transferring, and true freshman Darius Dixon just made a terrific pass breakup.
2nd and 10 from the 15. Klubnik in the gun. Diamond formation to the right. A quick toss to Randall as a screen, and it's taken down right away at the 15-yard line by DeJuan Lane. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 10 upcoming. 6:50 to go in the second quarter. Penn State leading 3-0, and Clemson driving in the red zone.
George, that was awful. It was a screen out to the right. It was slow developing. Penn State had 3 days to converge on that screen. Now, at this point, I expect them to throw into the end zone because they can't get any closer to make it an easier field goal than what it is.
All right, Klubnik in the gun here on 3rd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Randall on his right. Penn State showing blitz. They back off. Klubnik drops back. Flush to the right, throws to the right towards the end zone, the front pylon, incomplete, intended for Tristan Smith. The ball skipped to him. Davian, Collins in coverage.
Yeah,
so Clemson forced for the field goal.
Yeah, Klubnik looked to his left. He had tight end Christian Bentancur. He's 6'4", 245, true freshman, running on a fade route to the left to the wide side, and they thought he'd be able to shake free. And he wasn't. That's why Klubnik came back to the right, and nobody was expecting that on the offense.
So Nolan Hauser now, ball on the right hash. He will attempt the 33-yard field goal. Hauser boots it, and he misses wide right.
Wow.
Clemson comes up empty. After the most promising drive of the day, Penn State still leading 3-0. With 6:08 to go in the second quarter, this is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'll always love you the way you are.
This is Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Mix and match players from any sport on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OT and get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. That's code OT on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in site credits for just playing. Guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
If you're the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, you know having a trusted partner makes all the difference. That's why, hands down, you count on Grainger for auto reordering. With on-time restocks, your team will have the cut-resistant gloves they need at the start of their shift. And you can end your day knowing they've got safety well in hand. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the VivGuard Hytrulo prefilled syringe, which contains F-gartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VivGuardMyWay.com. That's VYVGART myway.com. And talk to your doctor about VivGuard Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
You're listening to the Bad Boy Boys Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Welcome back here to Yankee Stadium. Penn State leading 3-0, 6:08 to go in the second quarter. They stave off a Clemson rally as they drove down the field to the 15, missed a 33-yard field goal attempt by Hauser, and avoid Clemson either taking the lead or tying the game on that last drive. Flurry's still coming down. George Sedano, Trevor Matich, Caroline Hendershot with you here at Yankee Stadium. Nittany Lions are coming out now with Ethan Grunkmeyer at quarterback as they break the huddle. Corey Smith in the backfield with him. Tight end Rappelier lining up on the right side of the formation. Two receivers to the right. Now a shift from right to left. They hand it off to Smith on the right side. Smith trying to bounce to the outside. Tries to dart forward now, but met by a wall just past the line of scrimmage, led by Jeremiah Alexander. They'll give him a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 upcoming.
Yeah, the reason both sides keep on pounding the run is that they're trying to wear down or deplete a defensive front. Both Clemson and Penn State's defensive line especially is lacking both in starters and in depth. So they're still investing in that run, hoping it'll pay off in the second half. But right now, it's not paying off at all. Neither side is getting a whole lot out of it.
It's been a slugfest for sure. Smith in the backfield with Grunkmeyer. Grunkmeyer takes the snap, hands it off to Smith this time, and Smith had some daylight but tripped up from behind by Sammy Brown. Picks up about a yard or so, maybe 2, as he's taken down near the numbers on the far sideline. And he's down to the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 7. Grunkmeyer in the gun, takes the snap. We have whistles on the field. And a timeout, Clemson. So Dabo wants to talk things over. That's his second timeout.
Yeah, that was a fast turnaround. I mean, Penn State, from when that second down play was tackled wide right, they sprinted to the line, and they were ready with another play right now, and the defense wasn't lined up.
Well, we were talking earlier about how the footing would be an issue here. Caroline gave us that report. That's been the case. The receivers on both sides have dropped easy balls that have been in their hands. This has not been a great display of offensive football today for sure.
No, it hasn't, but you talk about the field being frozen. I'm looking down at it now. It looks smooth, like there hasn't been a football game. Ordinarily on a baseball field, with all those cleats and all those guys, you'd have a lot of divots in the field by now, but it's a hockey rink.
It's 3rd and 8 now upcoming for Penn State on their own 22-yard line. Grunkmeyer in the gun, trips to the left side. 7-step drop for Grunkmeyer with time. Fires towards the near sideline. It's caught near the 35-yard line by Trevor Pena as he gets it at the 36-yard line. A first down, a 13-yard gain. 1st and 10 for Penn State. In business, under 5 to go in the second quarter.
That was a terrific play. Grunkmeyer was looking there the entire time. It was designed to get Pena open, and he wasn't. He was well covered, but that was a perfect throw, perfect catch.
Grunkmeyer layered it in there for sure. 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Smith in the backfield, pistol formation. Grunkmeyer looking to the sideline, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Rappleyea moving from left to right in the formation, the tight end. Grunkmeyer takes the snap, hands it off to Smith. Smith on the right side. They set the edge, and Clemson takes him down for a loss. It's Brandon Strozier, a 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 12. Back to the 34-yard line.
Strozier's one of those guys that are young guys Clemson was hoping would step up and have a big game, and so far he's delivering.
Grunkmeyer takes the quick snap, play action with time, steps up, throws over the middle, and one hops it to his intended target at the Clemson 45. It was Kobe Howard. Incomplete.
You see, part of the problem that you have when it's cold like this is that the pores of that leather football close up, and the ball becomes smooth and slick even though it's dry. It's easier for a quarterback to throw a wet ball than a very, very cold dry ball, and that one seemed to slip out of his hand.
3rd and 12 from his own 34. Grunkmeyer in the gun. Smith in the backfield with him. Grunkmeyer 8 of 12 today for 36 yards. Now checking with the near sideline. Ball on the right hash, trips to the left side, one receiver to the right. Smith switching positions to the right side of Grunkmeyer. Grunkmeyer takes the snap. 5-step drop, now steps up, throws on the run. Over the middle for Rappleyea, incomplete off his fingertips at the 32-yard line. Rappleyea got his left hand on it, but could not haul it in. Kobe McLeod in coverage on Rappleyea. 4th down, and Penn State will be forced to punt.
They'll punt, but I'll tell you what, you had an enormous hit. Hannafin was blitzing off the right side, and Corey Smith, the redshirt freshman running back, slammed him. We could hear that all the way up here.
T.J. Moore back to receive at his own 25. Gabriel Nwosu to punt it. He boots a spiraling punt. And a fair catch there by Moore. Moore catches it at the 30, check that 29-yard line, we'll call it. 39-yard punt, no return. Now, if you're Clemson, you were able to move the ball fairly well on their last drive. It's 3:42 to go in the second quarter. They trail 3-0 against Penn State, but they couldn't punch it in. What did you like from that last drive that they could apply here?
Well, they had that one big play. It was a 44-yard pass to T.J. Moore. That was by far the longest play of the game by either team, and it was a broken play. Klubnik was rolling out to his right, and just before he crossed the line, he saw Moore deep left standing out there by himself, and he hit him. And that's the only thing that's worked for either offense all day so far. Somehow, Klubnik has got to use his experience to get the ball pushed farther down the field.
All right, 1st and 10 for Klubnik from his own 28. Takes the snap. Pressure coming backside. He throws to the near sideline. Almost intercepted there. Great job by the true freshman Darius Dixon, intended for Tristan Smith at about the 34-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10 upcoming from their own 28.
Yeah, that pressure coming from the left that you mentioned, George, was Danny Dennis Sutton. He came right around left tackle Tristan Lee, and it was just a terrific speed rush.
And Dennis Sutton has 5.5 sacks in his last 5 games. Got one today earlier on a drive. 2nd and 10 from their own 28. 3:36 to go. Clemson trailing 3-0 against Penn State. Play fake. Klubnik off his back foot. That one batted back in the air by Amari Campbell, as Klubnik tried to deliver the pass on the left side, and Amari Campbell was able to knock it away.
Amari Campbell, another one of those veteran leaders, a guy that they really need to bring back next year. He could go into the draft, and he could, be a guy that could enter the transfer portal, but he is somebody that's very valuable, not just for his play on the field, but for his leadership.
He was a leader at UNC as well under Mac Brown, transferred when Bill Belichick arrived. Penn State, the beneficiary there. 3rd and 10 from their own 28. Klubnik in the gun. Davidson to his left. 3 receivers. Klubnik feels the pressure, throws. It's caught! Climbing the ladder is T.J. Moore at the 40-yard line on the right hash. Picks up the first down. They'll give him to the 41, a 13-yard gain.
Now, he worked on Jameer Joseph. He's the true freshman that's in there for Elliott Washington on that play, who's not playing in this game. It was an experienced quarterback going after a young backup.
True freshman cornerbacks for Penn State. 1st and 10 from the 41. Klubnik, pump fakes. Now going to take off and run for it, showing off his wheels. 40, 45, 50 in Penn State territory and out of bounds near the 45-yard line on the near sideline, chased out by Kean Wiley. 13-yard gain and a first down for Clemson.
Yeah, Klubnik looked to his left, there was nothing there. Came back to his right, and a huge lane opened up on the right side of the line. The pass rushers were all bunched up wide right. There was nobody inside to the right. That opened the gate.
2:35 to go in the second quarter. Penn State leading 3-0. Clemson driving into Penn State territory at the moment. 1st and 10 from the 46 of Penn State. Klubnik in the gun. Hands it off to Davidson. Has a hole on the left side, but tripped up after a modest gain there by Amari Campbell. You mentioned him earlier, Trevor. A 3-yard gain there for Davidson. And Campbell saved what could have been a much bigger run there.
It could have. That opened up. It was right up the middle, slashing back from right to left. And it looked like Davidson was going to have an alley to get way down the field.
2-minute timeout coming up here. Clemson trailing 3-0. It'll be 2nd and 7 when we come back from the 2-minute timeout. So 2 minutes left in the second quarter. It's Penn State 3, Clemson 0. 2nd and 7 on the other side for the Penn State 43. As I mentioned, this is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
What would you do with 3 extra weeks this year? Get 50% off your first 6 months of Gusto payroll and get that time back. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll taxes and compliance. So you can go from payroll runs to donut runs, crunching numbers to crushing goals, admin to adventure. Switching now means no need to transfer your payroll history either. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/smallbusiness. That's gusto.com/smallbusiness.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion of checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
Quick break. Want to make a big play on your next paint project? Go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer. Only at the Home Depot. With over 1,000 colors, exceptional hide, and advanced stain blocking, Behr Marquee is built to stand up to real life. No do-overs, no wasted weekends. Just bold color and a finish that holds strong. One coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee. Only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One Coat Hide Collection.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
I'm Chris Villani on ESPN Radio. Coming up on the College Football Live halftime report after a tumultuous stretch, ESPN senior writer Dan Wetzel will tell us why Michigan believes Kyle Whittingham is the right choice to take over their program. Plus, we look ahead to the college football playoff quarterfinal and the game with the tightest point spread, the Capital One Orange Bowl, Oregon and Texas Tech. Some key questions that'll be answered on New Year's Day in Miami Gardens, Florida. That's all coming up on the College Football Live halftime report. For now, we go back to the Bronx at Yankee Stadium once again with Caroline Hendershot and Trevor Maddich. Here's George Sedano.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Coming out of the 2-minute timeout here, Penn State facing Clemson facing a 2nd and 7 from the 43-yard line of Penn State. Klubnik in the gun. They'll have 2 receivers to each side. Running back is also split wide at the moment. It's Adam Randall, who's a former receiver. And the ball is now placed at the 43-yard line. Bettencourt, the tight end, in at the up back. They hand it off to Randall. Up the middle, picks up the first down as he's inside the 35-yard line. An 8-yard gain, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was the right call. There were 6 defenders in the box, 7 blockers, so they just ran right at him.
Under 2 minutes to go, hurrying out to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the left, one to the right. Klubnik in the gun, a quick toss in the middle, incomplete, intended for Bettencourt. The true freshman tight end, DeJuan Lane, jarred the ball loose as it arrived.
Yeah, he's the backup to Zaki Wheatley, who's not playing today, and DeJuan Lane came up like a freight train. What an amazing hit right there. He hit Bettencourt in the belt from behind with his shoulders. It was a clean hit, but boy, was it vicious.
2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line of Penn State. Clemson trailing 3-0, 1:44 to go in the 2nd quarter. Klubnik in the gun. Klubnik, 5-step drop, has all day to throw. Now pressure coming up the middle, and they take him down at the 44-yard line. Jalen Harvey, 2nd sack on Klubnik today. Harvey, the redshirt freshman from Maryland. And the worst thing that Klubnik could have done there was take a sack.
Yeah, Harvey lined up wide to the right and looped all the way in, and the offensive line got tangled up with each other as Harvey came up the middle.
3rd and 18, empty set. Klubnik with time again, now checks it down to Randall at the 35-30 and taken down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's Davidson into a 14-yard gain, 4th and 4 upcoming. Now they missed a field goal from 33. Timeout on the field for Penn State. Do you take a chance and kick it again? I mean, it's a long field goal here, or do you just go for it?
I don't know. You know, we talk about how the ball, when it's cold and dry, it gets slick. It also gets hard, and it doesn't come off the kicker's foot with as much distance as it would if it's just a normal ball in normal temperatures. And so that limits how far you can kick a field goal. So I'm sure they're talking about that kind of thing right now. My guess, and what I think they should do, is go for it here. Clemson's defense is playing very well. And I think if they don't get it here, especially with just less than a minute to go, 53 seconds, I think it's worth it for Clemson to go for it and try to make something more happen, because a field goal, if they make it, would be a minor miracle.
Right, and here's the thing. Penn State has no timeouts, to your point, with the 53 seconds. Clemson still has the one timeout. Nolan Hauser was kicking it for 53 in warm-ups today. He is 16 of 20 on the season. Missed the 33-yarder wide right, as we mentioned. Only 1 of 2, though, from 50 and beyond this season. His career long is 56, but I'm guessing those are under much better conditions than we have today.
Yeah, I tell you, it changes everything, though, when it's this cold. I mean, both freezing and dry. I was a long snapper for a long time in the NFL, in addition to playing a whole bunch of other positions. And when it gets cold like this, it's awful, because it's hard to get the same kind of rotation on the ball because of how cold and slick it is and how hard it is. I'd rather it be wet and warm than cold and dry. And so they're considering right now, I think, what they're going to do. The kicker's down there. Hauser's warming up. He's on the 45-yard line, about 10 yards out of the sideline. So we'll see if he goes out and tries to kick this.
Well, Clemson
Clock operator
has not been shut out in the first half of a bowl game since 1999 in the Peach Bowl. That was against Mississippi State. So that's on the line at the moment. They trail 3-0, 53 seconds to go in the second quarter. It'll be 4th and 5. I'm with you, though. Your initial instincts, I would go for it. I mean, Klubnik, you got Klubnik back there. It's your 3-year starter. The officials are discussing something at the moment. This Big 12 crew, led by David Alvarez, the lead official.
Yeah, the Clemson offense/field goal team is out there clustered around their coaches, about 10 or 15 yards into the field from the sideline. Penn State's defense seems to be out there. Now, whether or not they're going to play safe, expecting a fake field goal, that's likely what Penn State is thinking about right now, because I don't think they feel that they need to block a field goal. I think the weather will go a long ways towards helping them. And the most important thing, since Clemson tried an ill-advised fake punt on the first drive of the game, they need to make sure that they don't try a fake field goal here in the bowl.
I'm guessing Jack Smith got a word or two from Dabo on that audible fake punt.
Yeah,
on that first drive.
Hannafin, the safety, was lined up as a gunner, and he ran down the field. He was looking for the ball.
Right. He's like, "Where's the punt?" Yeah.
Yeah. He's wondering why the returner isn't lined up under the ball, where the ball was in the air coming towards him. He just didn't know it, and that just means that the punter did the audible. Nobody else knew it was going to be an audible.
So they added 8 seconds back to the clock. Instead of 53, it's 101 now. That's what the issue was. But now Hauser will kick it.
All right.
48-yarder. Hauser this season 1 of 1 between 40 and 49.
They're coming after it, too.
Ball between the hash marks. And we have whistles again. Timeout Clemson. Were they trying to draw them off sides?
I imagine they were.
Timeout Clemson. The final timeout of the half. 30 seconds in length.
You know what? That makes sense, though. If they do intend to kick it, why not try to draw them off sides?
See if you get a freebie.
See if you can get it to a first down, then you keep on going.
Yeah.
It's 4th and 5. Yeah. But then call timeout. Of course, you would never take a delay of game penalty. If you got a 48-yard field goal and it's cold, you don't want to push it back to 53. But I thought that made a whole lot of sense. Penn State had 10 guys lined up, and they looked like they were raring to go, man. They were dug in and down low and ready to fire out to try to block this thing. They did a good job holding their water and not coming offside.
So now they set up again between the 2 hash marks for the field goal for Hauser. 48-yard attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. And it is good. Wow. splits the uprights. Tie ball game, 3-3 with 56 seconds to go in the first half. And Dabo loving what he's seeing out of his team. All things considered, to your point earlier, they botched a fake punt. They missed a field goal earlier, a chip shot from 33. Hauser nails that one from 48. Tied at 3-3, you'll take that if you're Clemson.
You absolutely will take that. And your defense is playing well with less than a minute to go. You've got to expect that they would hold down the Penn State offense here. But 3-3 at Yankee Stadium, midway through the game, that sounds pretty appropriate.
We're heading to the top of the fifth. You know what I'm saying? We'll be all right.
I tell you what, I still have got a massive grin on my face to be sitting here at Yankee Stadium watching a football game. This is just so cool.
Well, our producer, Chief John Martin, been here many, many a time for some big bowl games. Not necessarily all just the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, but I'm guessing a lot of them where they hoisted some trophies at the end. They did a nice job moving the snow out of the way, too. The snow has been piled up into different corners of the field. But we'll get a kickoff here. Hauser boots it. King Mack will bring it out at the 10, 15 straight ahead. Loses his footing,
wow.
And his legs came out from under him. That looked dangerous. He pops up, though. Good for him.
Yeah, he came running straight ahead. He put his foot into the ground to try to cut, and his foot gave way on that icy field. And that, I don't even want to say the words. I'm glad he's up and walking around.
Yeah, good news there for sure. So on one of these piles of snow, Clemson has put a little sign that says Howard's Rock. They had a makeshift Howard's Rock out here.
Yeah, and Howard's Rock's not that big. It wouldn't take that much snow to do it.
All right, Grunkemeyer and company with the ball on their own 21. Martin in the backfield, trips to the left side, one to the right. On the right half, quick toss to the left side at the 25. To Ross. Ross spinning out of trouble and out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Looks to be about a yard shy of the marker, so a 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1. Clock stops at 46 seconds, 3-3. Penn State, Clemson, 2nd and 1 upcoming.
Yeah, Grunkemeyer talked this week about how he's not sure if he's going to stay or transfer or what he wants to do, but he does want to put a good game on tape. And this gives him a good opportunity now in the 1-minute drill to show what he can do.
2nd and 1 from the 30. Grunkemeyer in the gun. Rapelier in motion from right to left. 2 to each side. Grunkemeyer takes the snap. Pressure coming in his face. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Kobe Howard, the true freshman at the 45. Had to go up high for it. A little behind him. Couldn't haul it in. Took a big hit there as well. Pressure in the face of Grunkemeyer by Cade Denhoff.
Well, he's looking at the right guy. Kobe Howard has lit it up in practice, and a lot of the seniors on this team, the leaders, have been complaining to the coaches that he wasn't getting more opportunities during the course of the season in games. And today he's done a great job blocking, but I think that might be the first target of him. And I think they should go to him more.
Yeah, Hannafin, another hit. That's his 4th big play of the game. Rapelier in motion. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They hand it off up the middle. Breaking free is Martin. And he's going to pick up the first down and then some, dragging defenders near the 45-yard line down to the 44-yard line. So first down, Penn State, 34 seconds to go. The clock stops briefly to reset the chains. It's tied at 3-3. Grunkemeyer drops back, takes the snap. Pressure surrounding him. They hit him in the back. It's complete to Ross at the 45-50 and out of bounds in Clemson territory at the 48-yard line. 26 seconds on the clock. Clock stops. Again, tied at 3-3, and Penn State marching, trying to get into field goal range.
George, that was such poise by Grunkemeyer. He stood tall in the pocket. His feet were planted on the ground. He was looking to his right. He had a rusher coming from behind him and a rusher coming in front of him. And as soon as he released it to his outlet, Ross, he was smashed from front and from behind. And that just shows great poise by that quarterback.
Penn State kicker Ryan Barker has a long of 49 this year. Grunkemeyer in the gun. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Grunkemeyer drops back. Pressure coming from behind. He's hit as he throws. The ball is on the ground. Clemson jumps on it. It's Will Height with the hit, and it's going to be incomplete. Will Height.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Hit the quarterback, Grunkemeyer. His arm was going forward, though. It hit his left tackle in the helmet, it looks like.
Yeah, it was a great speed rush by Helt around that left tackle. I thought it might have been holding as well. Helt is one of those leaders on this defense, and he just announced that he's re-signed, which is a weird term in college, but re-signed with Clemson. He'll be back next year.
3rd and 2 from the 48-yard line of Clemson. Grunkemeyer in the gun. 2 to each side on the receiver front. Grunkemeyer drops back, quick throw to the right side. It's complete inside the 35-yard line to Kobe Howard. You wanted to see the true freshman? There he is for a 15-yard gain as they spot him out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A first down for Penn State, and they're in field goal range.
Another tremendously poised play. They were on the right hash. It was a deep out to the right. It was drop, set, throw, perfectly targeted out over the boundary so his receiver could catch it and then get out of bounds.
Clock stops with 18 seconds to go. It's 1st and 10 for the 33 of Clemson. No timeouts for each side. Grunkemeyer in the gun. Martin in the backfield with him. Rapelier in motion from right to left. Grunkemeyer drops back. Pressure surrounding him. Throws it. Sails it. Incomplete. Intended for Trevor Pena on the crosser. Sailed it over his head. Ricardo Jones almost got it like a center fielder, corralling it in his belly, but it one-hopped to him. So incomplete, and 2nd and 10 with 13 seconds to go in the first half. Knotted up at 3 apiece.
Yeah, they're sitting on the 33-yard line going in, and he had Rapelier short right. He didn't have to throw it into traffic like he did and take that risk. He could have thrown it to Rapelier and made it a slightly easier field goal.
Grunkemeyer in the gun. Martin to his left. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Grunkemeyer throws to the sideline. It's complete! No! He dropped it in and out of his hands, had it, and could not haul it in. Devontae Ross at the 16-yard line had 2 hands on it. We'll take a look. It was a little behind him, and he could not control it as he was headed out of bounds. Ashton Hampton pushed him out.
Yep, and Hannafin was underneath. I mean, that ball had to be perfect, and it was. It had to go over the top of Hannafin and underneath Hampton before he got there, and it was as nice a throw as you'll see on Sundays, and Ross just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, Ross turned his head again. That's the 2nd time he's turned his head to try to run upfield and not secure the football. 3rd and 10 from the 33-yard line of Clemson. 9 seconds to go. Grunkemeyer in the gun. They got time for one more play here. It's got to be towards the sideline. 2 receivers to each side. Grunkemeyer drops back, quick toss to Rapelier. Rapelier out of bounds at the 31. Pushed out by Kobe McLeod as he threw a shoulder into him. 5 seconds to go. And the kicking unit coming out. And we'll see Ryan Barker, again, his long this season of 49. He will tie it here on this potential attempt if he makes it. The left-footed kicker, ball on the right hash for Barker. He's had a good attempt today from 23. Barker lining up. There's the snap. There's the hold. There's the kick. It is good. Wow. With time expiring here in the half, Ryan Barker ties his season high with a 49-yard field goal. And Penn State will go to the locker room with a 6-3 lead over Clemson.
And what a drive by Grunkemeyer. He got the ball in his own 21, no timeouts, less than a minute to go, and he drove him down for that walk-off first half field goal.
At the end of the first half, it's Penn State 6, Clemson 3. Now here's Chris Villani in the studio with the halftime report.
Thank you very much, George. Yeah, a late field goal there for Penn State to take a 6-3 advantage in this one. Some short fields, lengthy drives, nobody finding the end zone at a cold, dry, frozen Yankee Stadium. But the Nittany Lions do have that 3-point lead going into the locker room as both of these teams look to extend winning streaks that salvage the back end of their regular seasons and at least got them to bowl eligibility. It's Penn State 6 and Clemson 3. Coming up next on the halftime report, Michigan thinks it has its man. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Mix and match players from any sport on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OT and get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. That's code OT on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in site credits for just playing. Guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the VivGuard Hytrulo prefilled syringe, which contains F-gartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VivGuardMyWay.com. That's VYVGART MyWay.com. And talk to your doctor about VivGuard Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
Quick break. Let's talk pizza. You want to bring restaurant quality pizza home this football season? Get Frigidaire's stone-baked pizza oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes. Right from your kitchen and ready before halftime. Perfect for watch parties or just upgrading pizza night without the delivery delay. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
What would you do with 3 extra weeks this year? Get 50% off your first 6 months of Gusto payroll and get that time back. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll taxes and compliance. So you can go from payroll runs to donut runs, crunching numbers to crushing goals, admin to adventure. Switching now means no need to transfer your payroll history either. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/smallbusiness. That's gusto.com/smallbusiness.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
This is the Bad Boy Morris Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm Chris Villani, midway through in the Bronx. Penn State, a 6-3 lead on Clemson in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. Ryan Barker connects on a 48-yard field goal as time expires in half number 1. That's the difference in this one. Just 3 field goals. Penn State's got 2 of them. Nittany Lions with a 6-3 advantage. Michigan has made it official. It'll be Utah coach Kyle Whittingham coming to Ann Arbor on a 5-year deal. He replaces Sharon Moore, who was fired after the Michigan Athletic Department found evidence he was engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Moore later arrested on charges of felony home invasion and 2 misdemeanors tied to going to that staff member's apartment. ESPN senior writer Dan Wetzel on SportsCenter on why Michigan believes Whittingham is the right choice moving forward.
Well, this is a guy that over 21 years at Utah won over 66% of his games, won conference championships, routinely produced 10-win, 11-win, even a 13-0 season. Maxed out the Utes program. This is an excellent, excellent coach and a future college football Hall of Fame coach. Considering the timing of when they were looking for a coach, when so many candidates had already taken new jobs or re-upped at their programs and were going to stay, this is a really high quality hire for them. So football wise, I think they feel like they're going to get an experienced, proven winner, really good on both lines, physical football that Michigan likes to play. And then you have the addition of the character, the maturity, just the grown-up nature of the way Kyle Whittingham and his program does business. And after so many years of chaos and the recent firing of Sharon Moore for the inappropriate relationship with a staff member, Michigan's ready for the scandals and the headlines and all of that to end. And we'll see how Kyle Whittingham does on the field, but I think everyone has a high degree of confidence that this program will not be causing embarrassment or scandal.
Whittingham, 177 victories in 21 seasons at Utah, including a perfect 13-0 season back in 2008. Time for the answer to our trivia question. Earlier, we mentioned as things currently stand, Kyle Whittingham will be one of only 4 FBS head coaches born in the 1950s next season. Who are the other 3? Bill Belichick at UNC, Kirk Ferentz at Iowa, and K.C. Keller at Temple. That's brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Coming up next on the Halftime Report, some key questions that'll be answered on New Year's Day in Miami. You're listening to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Okay, guys, maybe we've had a few holiday gift fumbles in the past. I've been there. You've been there. We've all been there. Well, not this year. I've teamed up with the Books Company to bring you the holiday gift that hits every time. The Books Flower Subscription. Modern bouquets delivered fresh every month. And with my promo code Canty, you'll save 25%. Books flowers are fresh cut from the best farms, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Think about that. No guessing sizes, no wrapping disasters. Just set it and forget it. She gets the bouquet monthly. You'll get all the credit. This is the best husband life hack that scores extra points every time. Starting at $48 plus free shipping, you can skip, cancel, or pause at any time. This is your no-stress guaranteed win. Go to Books.com and use my promo code Canty to get 25% off your first order. Go to Books.com, promo code Canty. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know, to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Which teams are making moves and which teams need to just flat out move? Your Saturday means I'm locked in and ready for First Take right here, Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Hi there. Surprise.
30 for 30 presents Booyah.
Can I get a witness from the congregation?
You can't stop authenticity.
Booyah!
Stewart was exactly like you saw him on camera, off camera. He dialed it up 10%.
Can you imagine the impact of young black boys and girls looking at that going, I feel seen?
He changed the culture. He changed sports. Stream Booyah right now on the ESPN app.
You're listening to the Bad Boy Morris Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
6-3 Penn State with a lead on Clemson at the half of the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. I'm Chris Villani. We have the college football playoff quarterfinal continuing with the Capital One Orange Bowl New Year's Day, noon Eastern kickoff on ESPN TV and ESPN Radio. This game, the tightest according to DraftKings. Oregon just a 2.5-point favorite as they take on Texas Tech. Ducks knocked off James Madison in the first round. Red Raiders, the champions of the Big 12. ESPN college football analyst Greg McElroy on key questions that'll be settled next Thursday in Miami.
Number 5 Oregon versus number 4 Texas Tech in the Capital One Orange Bowl.
Number 1, can Oregon establish the run? Matchup of elite versus elite. Oregon is second in yards per carry, just under 6 yards per carry. That's behind only Utah. Texas Tech is first in yards per carry allowed. They allow just 2.3 yards per carry. This will be where the game is won and lost, in my opinion. We talked about the 100-yard threshold. Can the offensive line for Oregon move that number 1 ranked run defense and protect? Can they stop the run? Can they make Dante Moore throw it 45 times and wait for a possible mistake at some point? That's maybe the biggest question in all these quarterfinal matchups. Question 2, can Texas Tech keep the pocket clean for Baron Morton? Now, backfield pressure. Now, Texas Tech offense, they only kind of stutter when Baron Morton gets hit. And Oregon is not a group that usually lives in the opponent's backfield. But if Oregon can find a way to manufacture a consistent rush, Morton could feel the heat. If they can't, then he could pick them apart. Question 3, can Oregon's secondary limit the explosive plays? Now, Oregon's got a very highly ranked pass defense. They're 5th in yards per game through the year. I mean, they are outstanding. They have shown a little bit of vulnerability against USC and against James Madison, but it's hard for me to put a lot of stock in the second half of the James Madison game. It just is. I know it's what have you done for me lately, but to me, that feels like an outlier. I think they're really good in the back end. And I think their numbers, though, they might be slightly inflated. They played a couple teams that flat out can't throw it, whether it's Iowa or Oklahoma State or Wisconsin. So maybe their numbers are a bit skewed, but I still think it's a really good group on the back end. Meanwhile, Texas Tech's offense, they rank 11th in passing. So they can capitalize on some lapses if Oregon is at all vulnerable in a game like this, but they're especially good when it comes to creating explosive plays. Texas Tech has 90 plays that went for 20-plus yards this year. That is second in the FBS. So Oregon needs to keep the ball in front of them in this matchup. Question 4, which team will finish better in the red zone? Now, there have been moments this year where Texas Tech was not very efficient in the red zone when it comes to scoring touchdowns. The first game against BYU comes to mind. They scored just 2 touchdowns on 7 red zone penetrations. Oregon is 32nd in red zone touchdown percentage. They scored touchdowns on 68% of their red zone drives, so pretty good. Meanwhile, Texas Tech is remarkably average. They score just 56% of the time, touchdowns rate. That is 98 in college football. That is a huge problem. A huge problem. However, they're going against Oregon's defense, which is 117th when it comes to allowing touchdowns on red zone drives. So it's poor against poor. How does Texas Tech fare when it comes to defensive touchdown rate? Well, they're 64th. So Oregon's 32nd on offense, Texas Tech's 64th on defense. So advantage Oregon. Texas Tech is 98th on offense. Oregon's defense is 117th. So I think all in all, maybe kind of a toss-up. So I think that could be a real indicator on who wins the game. And then question 5, can Texas Tech force some mistakes? They are number 1 in college football with a plus 17 turnover margin. They're tied first with Indiana. They've scored 94 points off turnovers this year. That is first. Dante Moore has had a few mistakes this year, but Texas Tech's defense, they are specifically coached to take shots at the ball, take the ball off the opponent. That's led by linebacker Jacob Rodriguez, and his 7 forced fumbles tell the story there. So to win, I think the Red Raiders must bait Dante Moore into making those risky, big-time throws. And if Moore, for whatever reason, is seeing some ghosts and the pass rush is affecting him, maybe Texas Tech can get the hands on the football.
Number 5, Oregon. Number 4, Texas Tech. The college football playoff quarterfinal at the Capital One Orange Bowl. Kickoff noon Eastern, New Year's Day on ESPN TV and ESPN Radio. I'm Chris Villani. Coming up next, the second half kickoff from the Bronx. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
If you're an HVAC technician and a call comes in, Grainger knows that you need a partner that helps you find the right product, fast and hassle-free. And you know that when the first problem of the day is a clanking blower motor, there's no need to break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product details, you're confident you'll soon have everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Football Sunday on ESPN Radio.
Where we're at right now, got to win out to win the division, get in the playoffs. It's as clear as it can be.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers face a must-win against the Dolphins this week to force a Week 18 showdown for the NFC South title versus the Panthers.
Baker takes the snap, looking at the fade, right side to Mike Evans for the touchdown.
The Buccaneers at the Dolphins. Coverage begins tomorrow at noon Eastern, with kickoff at 1 Eastern on ESPN Radio. This is Freddie and Harry.
Big Joiner, if those numbers come up in your favor and you hit the Powerball lottery tonight, what would you do with the money?
This woman of 40 years, my baby, my queen, them 40 years is over, you heard me? I'm going to give her half, and I'm going to be back to Big Joiner, the soul burner, house rocker, water walker, and soul talker, baby.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
They call this show, talk to our high priest, Paul Feinbaum, like he's nobody. And I am sick and tired of it.
Paul Feinbaum, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and the SEC network.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
I get Buffalo Bills defense not that good. I get the Buffalo Bills wide receivers are not the Cincinnati Bengals. But if Josh Allen is the best player that's active in the sport on offense, the kryptonite is out for the season and won't be in the playoffs, and Mahomes, the Buffalo Bills are the only championship or bust team in the NFL this year.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Hey guys, Kevin Clark from This Is Football Podcast. This week, Mitch Schwartz and I go through all of what's going on in the NFL ahead of Week 17. That's This Is Football from Omaha Productions, wherever you get your pods.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Bert Kreischer back on the program. Why are we calling it permission to party?
Certain times you get a permission to party, and it's always when the person that doesn't drink says, I don't know, do you want to do a specialty cocktail tonight? And you're like, I just got permission to party. That energy is the reason I party, and the reason I'll never stop partying. We turned on the hot tub last night, and Leanne goes, should we open a bottle of rosé? Immediately I go, oh, we're getting lit tonight. Like, that energy is what I'm looking forward to.
The Rich Eisen Show, from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. This is the Bad Boy Moore's Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm Chris Villani. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. (6-3) Penn State has a lead on Clemson. We'll see if somebody can find one of the Yankee Stadium end zones in half number 2. Third quarter kickoff is upon us. Back to the Bronx we go once again with Caroline Hendershot and Trevor Maddich. Here's George Sedano.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. And this one been a bit of a rock fight here, Trevor, at 6-3. But the team's got things going there on their last drive or so.
They did, and they started to rip off some plays that in this game passed for long plays. I mean, the field goal for Clemson featured a couple of 13-yard passes. Yay. And then that last drive by Grunkemeyer in Penn State to get the field goal at the very end of the half had a 15-yard pass, and they had like a 9-yard pass. And so they started to get something going. Both teams are trying to invest in the run, and it's not working. Both teams are trying to throw the short passes, the bubble screens, and things like that, and it's not working. And it's when they start to go farther down the field like Penn State did in that last drive when things are starting to break open. So I'm interested to see if Penn State stays with that kind of a philosophy. Don't throw it at the line of scrimmage. Throw it 10 to 15 yards down the field and see what happens, because it worked on that field goal drive.
Well, to your point, Clemson only 19 yards on the ground. Penn State a little better at 58. Good news for Cade Klubnik, though. He's now the 4th active QB in the nation with 10,000-plus passing yards, joining Carson Beck, E.J. Warner, and Joey Aguilar of Tennessee. So in rare company there. Quinn Kastner to kick it off. And King Mack back deep to receive. for Penn State. Again, 6-3 as we get started here in the third quarter. And Kastner boots this one. And a fair catch inside the 5 for Penn State by Quentin Martin, the running back. And Penn State will begin their next drive at the 25-yard line. So Ethan Grunkmeyer, as you mentioned earlier, got things going, got that field goal on that last drive.
Yeah, both teams have one play longer than 15 yards. It was a 44-yard pass for Clemson, a 21-yard run by Quentin Martin of Penn State, and nothing happened on the scoreboard when they were just trying to grind it out. So now my guess is they'll start to throw it.
Well, Grunkmeyer has Martin in the backfield. He hands it off to Martin. Martin on the right side, lowers the shoulder, picks up about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 coming up. Ricardo Jones brought him down in between the hash marks. So they're trying to establish the run up to 62 yards now for Penn State. Still haven't seen Cam Wallace. We've seen Corey Smith and Quentin Martin to this point.
Yeah, Corey Smith, I'm surprised hasn't broken off anything bigger than he has. He's averaging about 2 yards per carry. He's a dynamic guy.
Grunkmeyer in the gun. Hands it off again. Right up the gut. And met by traffic about a yard shy of the first down is Quentin Martin. And he picks up 5. It'll be 3rd and 1 upcoming down to the 34-yard line. So he's now up to 53 yards, Quentin Martin. 3rd and 1 from the 34. Grunkmeyer in the gun. And takes it off again. Whoa. And this time, will he have enough? Yep, he just got across for the first down. They'll give him a 2-yard gain. Jeremiah Alexander on the tackle of Quentin Martin.
All right, so it was the mid-level passes that led to that field goal at the end of the first half. And now they're saying, nah, we got a big, strong offensive line. And in the first half, they ran it 17 times. That was their 20th run right there. So it looks like they're trying to continue to pay off that grounded pound.
All right, Grunkmeyer out there, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It's Rapelier, the tight end, now from right to left in motion. He tosses it on the left side to Devontae Ross, the wide receiver who lined up in the backfield. He runs out of bounds past the 40-yard line to the 42. Ricardo Jones chased him out, a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3 upcoming, and they're going fast. Grunkmeyer in the gun already, trips to the left side, a diamond formation, empty set, 2 receivers to the right side. 2nd and 3 from the 43. Grunkmeyer in the gun, takes the snap, quick toss to the left side to Ross at the 40. Slips for the moment, and then pushed out of bounds, short of the marker by about 2 yards. So he'll gain 1 on the play. It'll be, actually they'll give him 2. So it'll be 3rd and 1 to the 45. Coming up. Grunkmeyer in the gun again. Ross in motion from right to left. Trips to the right side. They hand it off up the middle. With Martin breaking tackles and taken down at the 50-yard line by Sammy Brown. So another first down on the ground for Penn State. That's back-to-back first downs. A 4-yard run there for Martin.
And they are barely converting. They're getting a lot of short gains. That's good. But here's where the defense can live with that. Because when you do that, you have to have 12 plays to go down and score. It gives you an opportunity to have a penalty or an incomplete pass or a sack, something that'll get you behind the chains, and then the drive is over.
1st and 10 from the 49-yard line of Penn State. Grunkmeyer on the toss to Clifford. He's looking to throw on the roll. He does throw, and that one incomplete. It was batted there by Jeremiah Alexander. So Liam Clifford, who they use as a wildcat quarterback, he's normally a receiver, got the ball there on the jet sweep, threw it as he ran towards the far sideline, but incomplete thanks to Jeremiah Alexander.
Yeah, well, this was a trick play to try to manufacture something big, and he had Trevor Pena running it deep out on the right, paralleling what looked like sort of a jet sweep going off to the right. But the
previous
Pena
play was under further review, reviewing to see if the exchange was a handoff or pitch forward.
Yeah, Pena was tightly covered, so it was a good idea not to throw it to him. This matters because if it was a pitch forward, then you've got a different situation than if it's a handoff.
All right, earlier, Caroline met up with Terry Smith, the interim coach of Penn State. Let's take a listen.
Coach, what did you like from your offense in that first half? Yeah, I like the, we went down there with a 2-minute situation. We got the ball with 1:01, was able to get positive points out of that. That was positive going into the half. The middleweight is very critical, so it's going to also be critical for us to come out and get points coming out of halftime.
Awesome. I appreciate the time, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back here. Thank you, Caroline, there with interim coach Terry Smith. Penn State leading 6-3, 11:56 to go in the third quarter. So, Trevor, you were about to say why the review of either the pop pass or the handoff was important.
After further review, there was only one legal forward pass. The ruling on the field is upheld.
Because if that was a pop pass on that jet sweep, then you've got a forward pass and then another forward pass where it was just basically thrown away. And that would be illegal. But the fact that it was just a handoff meant that there was only one forward pass. So that was a good review, because it would have been a penalty otherwise.
Tyke Hayes is checking in now at tailback for the first time for Penn State. He lines up in the pistol formation behind Bruckmeyer. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from their own 49 for the Nittany Lions. Clemson showing blitz. Here they come. They play fake. They roll to the right on the boot. Bruckmeyer connects at midfield. His man makes a couple of players miss. It's Jake Reynolds starting forward as he gets inside the 40-35 and taken down at the 34-yard line. A 17-yard gain in between the hash marks and the numbers for Luke Reynolds, the tight end.
And that was a short pass on a short out paralleling a roll to the right. And Sammy Brown came up to make the tackle, and Reynolds made a miss.
They hand up this time to Pena on the jet sweep, testing the left side. Pena takes a big hit at the 30-yard line. He'll be stopped there by Brandon Strozer and Sammy Brown. A 4-yard gain, though, on 2nd and 6 upcoming as he's taken down at the near sideline. Bruckmeyer in the pistol formation. Tyke Hayes in the backfield. They play fake to him. Bruckmeyer in trouble and taken down. Ashton Hampton at the corner coming down and getting the sack of Bruckmeyer, the 2nd sack of the day for Clemson.
That was a play-action pass going for another big play. It was a fake wide run right to Hayes. And then Bruckmeyer was looking deep down the middle of the field. He had 2 receivers down there in the same area. There might have been miscommunication on the play call. Either way, the pocket completely collapsed while all that slow developing backfield action was happening.
A 6-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 12 upcoming. Give Will Helt an assist on that Ashton Hampton sack, because Helt was the first one there to create the havoc in the backfield. So Bruckmeyer in the gun on 3rd and 12 from the 36 of Clemson. A quick toss there to Jet Ross. Devontae Ross getting inside the 30 and out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Ricardo Jones pushes him out of bounds. 7-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 5 upcoming.
The offense is looking to the sideline. There's no.
They're standing.
Yeah, there's no field goal team coming in. But see, I like this. On this drive, they've been getting 5, 6, 7 yards, 5, 6, 7 yards. And so all of a sudden they've got some rhythm, and the Clemson defense is on his heels on this 4th down.
So Bruckmeyer in the gun on 4th and 5. Diamond formation, trips to the right. They throw the quick toss, incomplete, intended for Ross. Again, Ross in and out of his hands. This time he did not turn his head. He was looking back at the quarterback, but it went right through both paws. So turnover on downs. Clemson will take over at the 28-yard line.
And George, they had it. This was a screen wide right. There were 4 offensive linemen, a wide receiver, and a tight end in front of Ross. And Ross's eyes just got too big. He had a convoy out there, and he wasn't able to secure the catch.
So Clemson will take over. And if you're Dabo Swinney, again, you're down 6-3. But you got to feel good about it. All right, we'll step aside. 9:37 to go here in the third quarter. It's Penn State 6, Clemson 3. You're listening to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Mix and match players from any sport on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OT and get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. That's code OT on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in site credits for just playing. Guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
I'm Kiana, and I leveled up my business with Shopify. Once I figured out that Shopify was a thing, I never turned back. I can create a site with my eyes closed. Shopify thinks ahead of us, and it thinks about the customer more than anything. Every day I'm thinking about some other new business, but Shopify is doing it to me because it's so easy to use. It's like I can't stop. I'm addicted.
Start your free trial at Shopify.com.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Listening to the Bad Boy Boys Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Welcome back here to Yankee Stadium. 6-3 Penn State over Clemson. 9:37 to go in the third quarter. George Sadato, Trevor Mattis, Caroline Hendershot with you here on a cold, damp day after a snowstorm. The biggest snowstorm they've had in New York in 3 years. And they've done a great job with the field, clearing it for the most part. And the field has held up, although a stiff field with slippery conditions, Trevor.
Right, and the thing is, after all that moisture dumped on it, if the temperature got above freezing, all these cleats and all these linemen driving off would have made divots everywhere. It would have looked like your hair, George, on a Sunday morning. But instead, it's all frozen, so there's no divots. It's all smooth, but it's ice.
So here comes Clemson, and Cade Klubnik in the gun. Got Adam Randall back there with him at tailback. 2 receivers to the one side on the right, 1 to the left. Tight end in there is Bettencourt on the left side of the formation. Almost in an offset eye kind of formation. Receivers are TJ Moore, Tristan Smith, and Tyler Brown. Klubnik changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. Here comes the blitz off the edge, and they get Randall. DeJuan Lane. Oh, no, Randall escapes. Because Klubnik, he hit the deck. Klubnik keeps it and pulls it, runs out to the 35-yard line. Amari Campbell eventually brought him down, but they fooled the broadcaster and fooled the defense.
Yeah, the DeJuan Lane fired off the right side, got into the backfield, would have had a tackle for loss. That's why Klubnik pulled it and went wide.
So Klubnik reading the edge, doing a fantastic job. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. This time he hands it off to Randall. Randall up the middle, lowers the shoulder, gets right to the marker. King Mack took the brunt of that. And we've got a little extracurricular activity going on between the two teams. The two linemen, the 2 sets of linemen jawing at each other.
And you talk about that collision between Randall and Mack. Randall went right up the middle. Mack came up from the safety position and tried to make the tackle, and he did, but he ended up on his back.
3rd and 1. Klubnik hands it off up the gut again to Randall. And right at the 40, he'll get the first down by about a yard.
Clemson had 19 yards rushing in the first half. They had most of their damage in the first half on one big pass play to T.J. Moore on a broken play. And now they're trying to do what Penn State did on their first drive of the second half, which is just grind it out and pound it down and wear them down.
8:05 to go in the third quarter. Penn State leading Clemson 6-3. Klubnik and Clemson at the moment driving at their own 40-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end Bettencourt on the right side of the formation. Play action. Klubnik, pressure coming in his face. Rolls to the right, throws to Bettencourt. Will pick up about 2 yards at the near sideline at the 42. Pressure up the middle by Amari Campbell, the linebacker for Penn State. 2nd and 8 upcoming from the 42-yard line.
That shows the experience of Klubnik. Amari Campbell was unblocked, running right at his face, as you said, George. And so Klubnik took off to the right. He knew where his answer was, and it was this tight end on a short out route.
Klubnik now resets everyone. 2nd and 8 from his own 42 in the gun. 2 receivers to each side. Randall in the backfield with him. Penn State showing blitz. Here they come. Klubnik sets up the screen to Randall, and Penn State is not fooled. Maybe a yard on the play as Randall's taken down between the far hash and the numbers by Zion Tracy. They'll give him one. It's 3rd and 7 coming up.
Klubnik looked to the right to draw the defense to that side, then threw it back to the left. And TJ Moore was out there trying to block Zion Tracy, and Tracy just beat him upfield to get a clean tackle.
3rd and 7 from their own 43. Klubnik in the gun. Randall to his right, trips to the right side. 1 receiver to the left, ball on the left hash. Klubnik takes the snap, 7-step drop, now running for his life, rolls right, throws off his back foot, receiver slips, receiver almost catches it, now a flag comes in at the 35-yard line of Penn State, intended for Josh Sapp. There were 2 receivers in the area, including Tyler Brown, who initially slipped. Sapp, the tight end, might have saved the play, even though he caught it out of bounds, but we'll check on the laundry.
Amari Campbell ran right
Pass
through.
interference. Defense number 2, 50-yard penalty and automatic. 1st down.
That's Aldavian Collins, the redshirt junior. Aldavian Collins.
Amari Campbell ran right through the block of the running back.
No.
Klubnik was able to escape, and when he threw it downfield to Sapp on the deep right sideline, adjusting back to the scramble, that's when the pass interference happened.
Yeah, and Aldavian Collins, drilled him for no reason. He was pushing him. The ball was nowhere near the receiver yet. Sapp.
Penn State coaches were trying to argue it was uncatchable.
I disagree. Got hands on it. 1st and 10. Ball on the 42 of Penn State. Towards the far sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Randall out of the backfield at the 30-yard line of Penn State. Amari Campbell in coverage as Klubnik threw a floater out to the far sideline.
If Amari Campbell isn't flying upfield to harass Klubnik in the pocket, he's covering downfield. That's how you keep him from rushing. And he broke up the pass.
By the way, we've only had 2 penalties in this game. Both have been on Penn State.
So, and we've had no turnovers.
Yeah, pretty clean game despite the conditions. 6:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. Penn State leading 6-3. It's 2nd and 10 here from the 42 of Penn State for Clemson. Klubnik in the gun. Randall in the backfield. Klubnik, pressure coming. He's going to scoot. Moves forward past the 40-yard line, inside the 40 to the 39. A 3-yard gain, 3rd and 7. Alonzo Ford Jr. eventually brought down Klubnik. It'll be 3rd down upcoming.
What was Klubnik thinking? That was a called quarterback run. He took the shotgun snap, paused for a second, ran up the middle. He had space to the left, but instead he ran to darkness right into Alonzo Ford in the middle.
3rd and 7 from the 39 of Penn State. 6-3 Penn State. Clemson driving. This should be a free play as Klubnik takes the snap. Flags fly as there were many Penn State players in the neutral zone, but let's see if they were drawn off.
Prior to snap, false start. Offense number 1, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So that one on Clemson as they have the false start and go in the wrong direction now. As you see, the receivers moved.
Which is crazy and lazy.
Yeah, TJ Moore.
The receivers for Clemson today have really hurt them. In between a couple of good plays, they've dropped a ton of passes, and then you have that critical false start.
3rd and 12 from the 44 of Penn State. Klubnik in the gun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Randall in the backfield. Klubnik takes the snap, 3-step drop, looks left, throws left. Behind his receiver, incomplete at the 20-yard line, intended for Randall out of the backfield.
And this time a different linebacker was on him. Last time Amari Campbell covered him like a corner when he went down the left sideline. This time it was Keon Wiley covering him like a corner going down the left sideline. They're trying to break something loose. The receivers are unreliable. Try throwing to the running back downfield, and that hasn't worked either.
Jack Smith to punt now for Clemson. He awaits the punt at his own 41-yard line. Trevor Pena inside his 10 to receive for the Nittany Lions.
The snapper moved the ball forward. The official came up and put it back.
The snapper, Philip Florenzo. High snap. Hauser gets it. He boots it. Or Smith, rather. Pena, fair catch at the 10. And we will step aside. Penn State winning a rock fight 6-3 with 5:05 to go in the third quarter against Clemson. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Just enough for the city.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the Vyvgart Hytrulo pre-filled syringe, which contains Efgartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VyvgartMyWay.com. That's VYVGART MyWay.com. And talk to your doctor about Vyvgart Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
What would you do with 3 extra weeks this year? Get 50% off your first 6 months of Gusto payroll and get that time back. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll taxes and compliance. So you can go from payroll runs to donut runs, crunching numbers to crushing goals, admin to adventure. Switching now means no need to transfer your payroll history either. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/smallbusiness. That's gusto.com/smallbusiness.
Hey fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
This is the Bad Boy Morris Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Welcome back here to Yankee Stadium. 5:05 to go in the third. Penn State leading Clemson 6-3. Penn State with the ball momentarily. Let's check in with Caroline, who spoke to Dabo Swinney earlier.
When I caught up with Dabo Swinney earlier, I asked him what changed at the end of the first half, because it seemed like his offense started to pick up a little bit of momentum and find their rhythm. He said it just came down to execution. They had 5 drops, and they didn't execute in that first half the way they wanted to, but they finally started to find that rhythm. But he said we have to find a way to run the ball. He was proud of his defense with that first half performance, except for that last series where Penn State got that final field goal.
All right, Caroline, thank you. Caroline Hendershot with us here. George Sedano, Trevor Maddich with you at Yankee Stadium. And unfortunately for Clemson, they've only been able to rush the ball for 35 yards in this one. Meanwhile, Penn State doing a better job, doubling them up basically at 78 yards. Penn State will have the ball at their own 11-yard line. They'll have 2 tight ends come out here with Rappleyea and Luke Reynolds, both who've made big plays in the passing game. Quentin Martin in the backfield in the pistol formation for Grunkmeyer. Grunkmeyer directing traffic. 2 receivers out there, 2 tight ends. They hand it off to Martin on the right side. Martin breaking free, gets a seam, and picks up a nice chunk of change. Jeremiah Alexander brought him down between the hash marks and the far numbers. A 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4 upcoming for Penn State.
Well, that was either a brilliant check by Grunkmeyer or a very lucky play call, because they ran wide right and who blitzed hard off the left side, but safety Ronan Hannafin, and Hannafin would have destroyed anything coming his way, but they ran the opposite direction.
Grunkmeyer in the gun. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends still. Martin in the backfield. Martin again. Martin straight up the middle will pick up the first down. He gets to the 21-yard line. A 4-yard gain. Fletcher Cothran brought him down.
And that's their 26th run. There's about 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. They keep on pounding.
Grunkmeyer moving fast here in the gun. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. Again to Martin. This time on the left side. Has a seam and gets past the 30-yard line. It's going to be close to the sticks. They will mark him just shy by about a yard. Good block there by Cooper Cousins and Dominic Rulli for Penn State. Grunkmeyer in the gun in the pistol formation. Again to Martin up the middle. Picks up the first down, slips another tackle and taken down as he slams the ball down on the ground at the 37-yard line. Ronan Hannafin saved a much bigger run there. They'll spot it at the 36, 6-yard gain.
And keep in mind that Clemson's defensive front, they're missing DeMonte Capehart, starter. Peter Woods, first-round draft choice, future. TJ Parker, probable first-round draft choice coming up. These are starters that are high-level players, and all of them have opted out.
All right, ball on the 36. Tyke Hayes getting his first action of the season in this game. Play action to him. Pressure coming backside. Good block by Hayes. A throw down the middle. It's a completion at the 50 and down near the 45-yard line. On the near sideline is the true freshman, Kobe Howard. So the two young players playing well there. Tyke Hayes picking up the blitz off the corner. Ashton Hampton protecting Grunkmeyer. And then the pass and the first down to Kobe Howard to get him into Clemson territory. Grunkmeyer takes the snap in the pistol formation. Hands it off up the middle to Martin. He gets down to the 40, a 4-yard gain. So good play there by the young players for the Nittany Lions.
Now that pickup by
Tyke Hayes.
Tyke Hayes. It was fantastic. He just barely picked up the blitz, just barely ran it past Grunkmeyer, and Grunkmeyer knew that the blitzer was accounted for. And instead of freaking out that he had a freshman running back in there, he stood solid in the pocket, never left his spot, and delivered that throw.
Not bad for the true freshmen, both of them, the receiver and the tailback there. Doing a good job on that play. They pitch it forward to Reynolds. Reynolds, the tight end, breaking tackles and gets inside the 30. Picks up the first down as he gets down to the 29-yard line, tackled between the two hash marks.
Well, that play tricked me up here. They had a jet sweep to Trevor Pena going right, ended up handing it off up the middle.
11-yard gain. Penn State moving with tempo. They toss it this time to Martin. Martin on the right side gets tackled between the numbers and the far sideline by Sammy Brown. A 1-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 11. But I do like Penn State moving with tempo.
They are moving with tempo, and they're wearing down that defense. I'll say it again. TJ Parker, Peter Woods, DeMonte Capehart are out in this game for Clemson. Those are high-level players, probably 2 first-round draft choices in there, and they invested in the run. They ran it, I think, 17 times in the first half. Now they're up to 29 runs, and we're still a minute to go in the third quarter. This was the game plan all along for Clemson, or for Penn State.
Penn State up to 106 rushing yards now, 2nd and 11 from the 30 of Clemson. Martin has 14 carries for 89 yards. They fake the toss to him, inside handoff to Trevor Pena, but Clemson was ready for it. No gain on the play. And it'll be 3rd down and 11 coming up for Penn State. 45 seconds left and counting here in the third quarter. Penn State leading 6-3 and driving against the Tigers. Lions and Tigers out here at Yankee Stadium.
Oh my.
Grunkmeyer in the gun, now looking towards the far sideline. Quentin Martin on his right hip. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and a tight end. Martin on the left side as a whole and taken down inside the 25. He'll pick up 5. It'll be 4th and 6 upcoming. And the offense is still on the field.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would think they would go for the field goal here.
And it looks like they'll make that decision on the other side of the break, because that'll do it for the third quarter. It'll be a 4th and 6 upcoming from the 25 of Clemson. Penn State has the ball, and they lead by 3, 6-3 against Clemson. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. You know, one of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. Mm-hmm. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Quick break. Let's talk defense. Football's on your screen, but peace of mind starts at home. Blink Outdoor 4 security cameras offer up to a 2-year battery life and Sync Module XR, so you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no fumbles, just easy coverage that works in the background. You've got your team on the field, now get your defense at home. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
This is Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Mix and match players from any sport on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OT and get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. That's code OT on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in site credits for just playing. Guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please. Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/streaming and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/streaming.
I'm Chris Villani at ESPN Radio. Earlier today, the Go Bowling Military Bowl, Pittsburgh in front of East Carolina in the third quarter. That's when the Pirates go to a big play.
He's going to throw over the top of it, and it's complete. There's Anthony Smith on the slant at the 40. 50 down the right side he goes. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Right back at you. The Pirates are in the lead. They made the challenge more difficult with the bad officiating call, but now the Pirates strike right back.
That from the ECU Sports Network. A 72-yard touchdown puts ECU in front to stay. East Carolina beats Pitt 23-17 to win the Go Bowling Military Bowl. Your Good Hands Moment of the Week brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Visit allstate.com or call a local agent for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Start of the fourth quarter. Let's get it back to Yankee Stadium once again with Caroline Hendershot and Trevor Maddich. Here's George Sedano.
All right, thank you. Yankee Stadium, getting ready for the fourth quarter. Got a close one here. Penn State leading 6-3 against Clemson. And they are driving at the moment. They will attempt a field goal here by Ryan Barker. He's been good from 23 and 48. Ball is placed on the 25-yard line, so this one will be a 42-yard attempt. Ball between the hash marks. Barker again, left-footed kicker. Here's the snap. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it's good. Penn State extends their lead to 6, 9-3, with 14:56 to go in the fourth quarter. So all of a sudden, the ground game working for Penn State.
That field goal seemed huge, didn't it, George?
Oh, yeah.
You know, the points have been so hard to come by. We've got no touchdowns in this game. We've got missed field goals, made field goals. It doesn't feel like either team can finish a drive right now. And so to go up 2 field goals is almost like going up 2 scores.
Well, and think about the guys that are contributing, particularly in the ground game. Quentin Martin has 15 carries, 87 yards. Coming into the game today, he had 13 carries. Coming into the game, he had 13. He's got 15.
Right.
13 in his career, not this season. So this is a guy taking full advantage of his opportunity. We got a true freshman in Tyke Hayes, who's come in there and played some meaningful snaps. So this Penn State team, particularly their rushing group, has done yeoman's work out there here later in the game because it was rough going and sledding for both teams early on.
It was. Penn State had 17 rushes in the first half. They've had 14 in the third quarter.
Right.
They're wearing down that thinned Clemson front.
Gabriel Wosu to kick it off here. Randall to bring it out of the end zone at the 10. 15, sheds a tackler, sheds another at the 20, 25, breaking free, and then taken down from behind past the 30-yard line to the 33 by Joshua Johnson. A 32-yard return for Randall. So the big fella, the tailback, converted wide receiver to running back, graduate from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, trying to make his impact be felt in his last game.
Yeah, and he's got to do it on the ground now in offense. You know, he's got 12 yards rushing. He's averaging 6 per carry, not 6 yards, 6 feet.
Yes.
2 yards per carry. And, you know, the Clemson running game right now is not having the same kind of effect in wearing down the Penn State front.
1st and 10 from their own 32. Klubnik, a quick toss on a tunnel screen to TJ Moore on the near sideline. Penn State reads it right away. Maybe a gain of 1. Keon Wiley right there to tackle Moore out of bounds.
Moore took that as a tunnel screen. He took it wide left and started to go back inside. And who was standing there but Danny
Dennis Sutton.
Yes. 3 names confused me. He was standing right there to stop it.
Klubnik hands it off to Randall right up the gut. Randall slipping some tackles, pushing forward to the 37-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 5. Ty Blanding brought him down. But as you mentioned, Dennis Sutton has made all sorts of plays all over the field. We've called his name several times. Had a sack earlier. He's had 5.5 sacks in his last 5 games. Here are the first downs here in the second half. Penn State 7, Clemson only 2. It's 3rd and 5 from their own 37 at the moment. Klubnik in the gun. Randall to his left, trips to the right. Klubnik takes the snap, looking right, now looking left, throws over the middle. It's complete to Betancourt, his tight end. No, they're going to say now he dropped it. Incomplete. Wow, could not secure it to the ground. Davian Collins, who made that mistake, we'll call it earlier, on the pass interference, in coverage there on Betancourt. 4th down for Clemson, and they'll be forced to punt.
Klubnik's been under pressure a lot in this game. This time, a big stunt by the Penn State defensive front was picked up beautifully by the offensive line, and he wasn't able to get it finished downfield.
Sorry about that. 5th punt for Jack Smith here for Clemson. Boots this one. A wobbler. Pena, fair catch at the 25. And that's where Penn State will start their next drive, where they lead by 6. 13:26 to go in the game. It's Penn State 9, Clemson 3. You're listening to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'll always love you the way
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
If you're the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, you know having a trusted partner makes all the difference. That's why, hands down, you count on Grainger for auto reordering. With on-time restocks, your team will have the cut-resistant gloves they need at the start of their shift. And you can end your day knowing they've got safety well in hand. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Okay, guys, maybe we've had a few holiday gift fumbles in the past. I've been there. You've been there. We've all been there. Well, not this year. I've teamed up with the Books Company to bring you the holiday gift that hits every time. The Books Flower Subscription. Modern bouquets delivered fresh every month. And with my promo code Canty, you'll save 25%. Books flowers are fresh cut from the best farms, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Think about that. No guessing sizes, no wrapping disasters. Just set it and forget it. She gets the bouquet monthly. You'll get all the credit. This is the best husband life hack that scores extra points every time. Starting at $48 plus free shipping, you can skip, cancel, or pause at any time. This is your no-stress, guaranteed win. Go to Books.com and use my promo code Canty to get 25% off your first order. Go to Books.com, promo code Canty. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty.
You're listening to the Bad Boy Morris Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
13:26 to go in this one here in the fourth quarter. Penn State leading 9-3 against Clemson. Penn State with the ball at their own 25-yard line. George Sedano, Trevor Matich, along with Caroline Hendershot with you here. Penn State 1-5 in games decided by 6 points or fewer this season. We'll see if they can close this one out. But first, let's check in with Caroline.
George, when defensive coordinator Tom Allen was talking to us earlier this week, he was talking about these Penn State tight ends that he is all too familiar with. He said it's the best tight end room that Clemson has seen all season. They're all versatile, they spread you out, and they're really athletic, complete players who can do all three things. So he said for his defense, they'll probably be in 3 linebackers for a majority of the time, and that's going to be a big pivot point when this Penn State offense comes back on.
Yeah, Caroline, for sure. Rapolier has certainly done a yeoman's work there blocking. Only a couple catches, but Luke Reynolds had that big play for 17 yards. He's got 2 catches for 30. And on a day where passing is at a premium, the tight ends, particularly Reynolds, have taken advantage of it.
They have, and the thing is the wide receivers haven't done a lot, but you've got Kobe Howard, the freshman, number 3. He's got 2 catches for 34 yards. He's got a 19 and a 15. It didn't go to Howard enough during the regular season. According to multiple team leaders, they're trying to get him the ball a little bit more here.
Howard only 5 catches during the season. Today has 2 for 34 yards. Here's Grunkemeyer in the gun. 3 receivers. Pressure coming in his face. Tosses it to his tight end Reynolds, but Reynolds didn't even see the ball coming, so it was incomplete. Will Helt in the face of Grunkemeyer.
Now, Helt just came out like he was shot out of a cannon. It was just such a fast convergence with Grunkemeyer. He wasn't blocked. It was supposed to be a hot throw to the tight end wide left, and he was wide open. It would have been a big play had Grunkemeyer been able to get the ball there, but the pressure arrived way too fast.
2nd and 10 from their own 25. Grunkemeyer in the gun in the pistol formation. 2 receivers to the left, make it now 3. They hand it off to Martin. Martin on the right side, not much there. 2-yard gain as Vic Burley read that thing the whole way. 3rd and 8 upcoming for Penn State. A big moment for the Clemson defense.
Yeah, Vic Burley, one of those young guys, a sophomore in for Peter Woods, just made a big play.
Grunkemeyer takes it in the gun, going fast. 4 receivers in the route, throws it up the middle. What a pass and set! As Trevor Pena breaks free into Clemson territory. 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown! 73 yards! An absolute dart from Grunkemeyer to Pena. Pena then broke several tackles, and then he was off to the races.
It had to be a dart. Pena was lined up in the left slot. He went straight down the seam, vertical, and he had 2 defenders converging on him. The ball arrived an instant before both defenders arrived and hit him. And he shrugged them both off and took off running.
They're going for 2, the Nittany Lions.
Wow, what a play.
That might have broken this thing open. Pena, his 3rd career 100-plus yard game. Grunkemeyer in the gun, Martin in the backfield with him, trips to the left. Now they switch Rapolier to the right side of the formation. Grunkemeyer takes the snap, hands it off to Martin. Martin up the middle, not much there. Cade Denhoff with the tackle, so the 2-point conversion fails. It is a 12-point game now. Penn State leading 15-3 with 12:51 to go in the fourth quarter. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
What would you do with 3 extra weeks this year? Get 50% off your first 6 months of Gusto payroll and get that time back. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll taxes and compliance. So you can go from payroll runs to donut runs, crunching numbers to crushing goals, admin to adventure. Switching now means no need to transfer your payroll history either. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/smallbusiness. That's gusto.com/smallbusiness.
Hey, fans! fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the Vyvgart Hytrulo pre-filled syringe, which contains F-gartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VyvgartMyWay.com. That's VYVGART MyWay.com. And talk to your doctor about Vyvgart Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
This is the Bad Boy Moore's Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
12:51 to go in this contest here at Yankee Stadium. Penn State leading 15-3 after a strike from Grunkemeyer to Trevor Pena for 73 yards. A pitch and catch. Grunkemeyer threw the ball on 3rd and 8, down the middle. Pena catches it in Clemson territory, broke 2 tackles, and then scampered into the end zone for a touchdown. Short Sedano, Trevor Matich, Caroline Hendershot with you here at the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium. And the ACC looking like they're on the wrong side of history again here in this bowl game. The Big Ten has dominated this series against the ACC.
And that touchdown changes everything for Clemson. Instead of being down just one score, 6 points, 9-3, now all of a sudden they got to move the ball and score a touchdown, and they have not been able to hit pay dirt so far today.
And that 73-yard score, the second longest play this season for Penn State. They boot this one, it goes out of bounds. So Wusu follows up that with a penalty that will put Clemson in more advantageous field position.
Now Klubnik's going to have to come out and play like the more experienced quarterback. Right now, Grunkemeyer has looked like a 6th-year senior out there, standing in the pocket with blitzers flying by him, barely blocked by freshman running backs, delivering strikes. And it started really with Grunkemeyer in that field goal drive to end the first half. He's continued it now in the second half. Klubnik has been trying to get that going, but his receivers keep dropping too many passes. Now the Clemson passing game has to step up.
Klubnik 14-28, 117 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Empty backfield for him, 1st and 10 from his own 35. Takes the 3-step drop, looks over the middle. It's complete past the 40-yard line to his tight end, Josh Sapp. Picks up a decent amount there, 6 yards, 2nd and 4 upcoming. Klubnik going fast, directing traffic. Gideon Davidson, the tailback in the backfield. 4 receivers out there. 2 split to each side. Ball between the hash marks. Klubnik takes the snap, 5-step drop, clean pocket. Checks it down over the middle. Incomplete. The true freshman Gideon Davidson could not come up with it. Only had 10 catches this season and drops an easy pass. Again, kind of turned his head looking to run with the football a little bit before he secured it.
That was just awful. It was a nice play by Klubnik. The receivers ran the zone deep, and the intended receiver was open underneath.
3rd and 4 here for Klubnik. Trips to the left side, 1 receiver to the right, ball in between the hash marks. 3rd and 4 from their own 41. Klubnik changing the play at the line of scrimmage. 6 seconds on the play clock. Penn State brings the blitz. Klubnik's going to run for it, showing off his wheels, trying to test the right side. Lower the shoulder and taken down well short of the first down marker by Toure. A 2-yard gain. It's going to be 4th and 2. And if you're Clemson, you got to go here.
Well, right now they're in trouble. Although I don't think they should go for it here.
They have 3 timeouts. 11:57 and counting in the game. They trail by 12 points.
Their defense has been getting housed in the second half by that big Penn State offensive line and running game, and then some deep strike passing. I think they should punt him deep here.
All right, 4th and 2 now for Klubnik. Empty backfield. Takes the snap. Rolling to his left. throws. It's complete to Sapp, the tight end. Sapp runs past the 45, has enough for the first down as he goes out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Jameer Joseph pushed him out of bounds, so Clemson picks up the first down.
Are you kind of surprised that they caught a pass?
Sapp has been one of the only guys that's catching passes for them, so I guess they targeted the right guy. Klubnik takes the snap. Empty set with time over the middle. This time complete to TJ Moore on the crosser at the 50. Gets inside the 45 down to the 43 as he's tackled on the right hash mark by Darius Dixon. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down, a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1, and Klubnik lining up again as they go fast. Ball on the right hash, trips to the left side. Klubnik hands it off this time to Randall. Randall up the middle, making a man miss and take it down at the 35-yard line. Toure eventually tripped him up after an 8-yard gain.
Barely tripped him up. I thought Randall was going to take off. All he had to do was step out of that one tackle, but the ankles got crossed up. They bumped into each other, and down he went.
So 1st and 10 from the 35 of Penn State. Klubnik in the gun. Randall back there with him. They fake it to Randall. Toss to the outside. On the sideline is Tristan Smith at the 30-yard line. Dixon in coverage, a 5-yard gain. Ball stays inbounds. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 30. 10:09 to go in the game. Clemson trailing 15-3 and driving. Klubnik in the gun. Randall to his right. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball on the right hash. Ball on the 30 of Penn State. Klubnik takes the snap. 3-step drop, looks right, throws right down the sideline. Incomplete. Tries to layer it in there between 2 defenders, and a flag comes in late. Darius Dixon on Tristan Smith. We'll see if they get the true freshman for pass interference or a hold.
Well, that should have been pass interference. It looked pretty egregious.
The pass was made inside the 5. The flag was thrown at the 14.
Pass interference, defense, number 5, 15-yard penalty and automatic first down.
And that's Darius Dixon, the true freshman.
And this has been a theme today, George, where so many guys have opted out for both teams. A.J. Harris is in the transfer portal corner for Penn State. Dixon, the true freshman, is taking his place, and he's done a lot of good work today, but they sent the senior receiver and Tristan Smith after him on that play.
Darius Dixon, true freshman, as you mentioned, from the powerhouse Mater Dei High School in Southern California. Baptism under fire here. 1st down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Klubnik in the gun. Randall in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Clark Sanderson, the walk-on in the slot. They toss it to Sanderson at the 20, 15, down the sideline, the 10, and out of bounds near the 5-yard line. Takes a vicious hit there, but able to get 9 on that play. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the walk-on Sanderson with the catch.
Yeah, there was a ton of space there. They were on the right hash, threw that screen to Sanderson out wide left, and that's why there was so much space. The defense had to pursue, and they got there, but too late.
9:20 to go here. 2nd and 1 from the 6 for Clemson. They trail by 12. Here in the 4th quarter, they hand it off to Randall. Randall up the gut and upended at the 2-yard line, but picks up the first down. Zion Tracy sent Randall flying after the 4-yard gain. So we're at the 9-minute mark. Clemson knocking at the door. They trail 15-3. Klubnik in the gun. Randall to his left. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball on the left hash. Klubnik takes the snap. Gives it to Randall. Randall trying to drag defenders forward. He gets in the end zone on the extension for the touchdown. He extended the ball over the goal line and got 6.
Well, the guy he beat was Danny Dennis Sutton. The ball was run over left tackle. That's where Sutton was. Sutton had him. And Randall was able to spin out of that tackle.
The previous play is under further review. Going on the field with a touchdown.
They will review the play, but I just saw it. You and I just saw it. He had the ball. The ball broke the plane.
Yeah, his body, Randall's body, was about the 2-yard line or so. and he had a couple of defenders on him, keeping his body from crossing the goal line. One of those was Daniel Sutton, and he reached out with his arm as far as he could, and as we saw the camera right along the goal line, it looked like it broke the plane.
All right, so it's 15-9 at the moment. They're reviewing the touchdown call. We now pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. And welcome back here to Yankee Stadium for the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. Penn State leading at the moment 15-9.
After
Clemson
further
just scored a
review,
touchdown.
ruling on the field of a touchdown is upheld.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
Clemson's touchdown is good. It is 15-9. Our lead official, David Alvarez, confirms with our Big 12 crew. And Clemson looking to add the extra point here to make it 15-10. We've had 2 touchdowns in the last 4 minutes and 4 seconds after 0 touchdowns all game prior to that.
Yeah, things just broke loose. Defenses are getting tired.
The extra point for Hauser. They line up in between the hash marks. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up and also good. 15-10. We still have a ball game here between Penn State and Clemson. 8:47 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Penn State 15, Clemson 10. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Mix and match players from any sport on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OT and get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. That's code OT on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in site credits for just playing. Guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion of checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
You're listening to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Welcome back here. 8:47 to go. Penn State leading Clemson 15-10. Trevor Pena had scored on a 73-yard touchdown pitch and catch. Grunkmeyer. Pena did a lot of the work, breaking tackles and scampering into the end zone. Then Clemson on a methodical drive the other way. Ends up scoring on an Adam Randall touchdown run. And we've got a 5-point ball game with plenty of time left in this one. Clemson has held opponents under 20 points in 4 straight games. So we've had an offensive explosion in the fourth quarter. And for 3 quarters, we had a rock fight, Trevor Matich.
Right. I think a lot of it has to do, though, with the defenses getting fatigued. Both defensive fronts are hit hard by attrition. Guys opting out for the NFL, transferring, injury. And I think that they're just devoting extra resources up front to try to stop the run, which on both sides had more effectiveness in the third quarter now heading into the fourth. And that's what opened up the big pass to Trevor Pena. And I think that is something that you might see from Penn State. You might see some play action over the top be their most exciting plays here.
Robert Gunn to boot this one for Clemson. He boots it through the end zone. So Penn State will begin their next drive at their own 25-yard line. Young Ethan Grunkmeyer. Grunkmeyer, redshirt freshman, was 3-3 coming into this one. Starting for Drew Aller, who got injured. And he has played well in this contest. He is 19 of 30, 202 yards and a touchdown. So he'll take his team now and try to see if they can close this thing out. 8:47. They've run the ball very well. They had 112 yards on the ground at the moment. Most of those by Quinton Martin, who has 89 yards. Quick toss to the boundary on the sideline. Plenty of room to run for the wide receivers. He rushes out of bounds right at the sticks. It's Devontae Ross. He goes out of bounds to the 35. They'll give him the first down.
Yeah, we talked about play action. That was a fake run right up the middle where they had success on that touchdown drive. And this time they faked it up the middle. They threw it out wide left.
So Bruckmeyer feeling more and more comfortable out there, particularly on the quick passes.
Yeah. And by the way, freshman Kobe Howard was out there blocking for Ross, and he's not caught as many passes as I expected in this game, but he's really been a factor blocking.
Martin in the backfield in the pistol formation with Grunkmeyer. Clemson showing blitz. Here they come. They give it to Martin. Martin met in the backfield by a gaggle of defenders. There'll be a loss on the play of a yard. Will Helt led the charge there. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the 34 coming up.
Yeah, Clemson they're playing with a fury. That time you had Cade Denhoff, defensive lineman, stripping at that ball like crazy. So was Will Helt. I mean, it's like they've decided, okay, now the first guy that gets there, secure the tackle, everybody else strip at the ball because their offense needs a short field.
Running back split wide. We have an empty backfield for Grunkmeyer. Now Martin comes back in the pistol formation. Grunkmeyer takes the snap. Play fake. Pressure coming front side. Misses one man. Throws it over the middle. It's complete to Rappelier for a short gain of about 3. So Grunkmeyer showing off some nifty moves there in the pocket as a man came swinging at him. It was Champ Thompson. And Grunkmeyer able to get out of the way, but it'll be 3rd and long upcoming, 3rd and 7 after the 4-yard gain. Timeout on the field.
Champ Thompson, a true freshman in that Peter Woods position.
Clemson, they're first of the half. 30 seconds in length.
Peter Woods opting out to prepare for the NFL draft. It will be a first-round draft choice.
Got a chatty referee.
Yeah, we do. But that's just one of those young guys in that depleted defensive front that needs to step up, and Thompson stepped up on that play. But what a play by Grunkemeyer.
Well, Grunkemeyer, Trevor, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but in the second half alone, 9 of 11, 146 yards.
Yeah, no, he's just been so poised. It's like it started out kind of rocky. The running game wasn't going well. Grunkemeyer wasn't getting a whole lot done in the passing game, but it never rattled him. And we saw him grow in that last drive of the first half with less than a minute to go and no timeout. Started at his own 21-yard line, drove it down, and got a field goal. And in the second half, he's been standing in the pocket and delivering like a seasoned pocket passer. He's just a redshirt freshman. Wasn't supposed to play this year, but when Drew Aller got hurt, he was forced into service.
So Clemson takes their their first timeout. They have 2 remaining. Penn State has all 3 timeouts at the moment. Grunkmeyer in the gun, changing plays at the line of scrimmage. Corey Smith checks back in at tailback. We have more whistles. Timeout Penn State this time.
Timeout Penn State. They're first of the half. 30 seconds in length.
So 3rd and 7 still coming up. It's 7:07 to go in the 4th quarter. Penn State leading 15-10. This is a big moment. So if I'm interim head coach Terry Smith, I want to make sure we get the right playoff here because you want to get the first down, keep the clock moving, and get yourself closer to making this, extending your lead.
The way their offensive line has been taking over this game, if they can get a first down here, they'll give Clemson, they'll put them in a really difficult position because they'll be able to take a lot of time off of that clock. And one thing Clemson has not been able to do, really Penn State much either, but especially Clemson, is get big plays. So the more time Penn State can take off the clock right now, the more they take away from what Clemson needs to do.
The Nittany Lions, 8 of 16 on third down. Grunkmeyer in the gun, trips to the left side. Martin in the backfield. Grunkmeyer, 5-step drop, steps up in the pocket, stands tall, throws it over the middle. It's caught by Ross at the 45, 40, 35, makes a man miss, and pushed out of bounds inside the 30, near the 25-yard line on the near sideline. Ashton Hampton pushed him out of bounds, but not after a 35-yard gain. Grunkmeyer again delivering a strike to Ross for a big play.
His left tackle was being forced back into him. He stood right in the pocket and delivered that. Keep in mind that with a new head coach coming in, Matt Campbell from Iowa State, a lot of people are talking about the Iowa State quarterback, Rocco Beck, might transfer to Penn State with his head coach. And Grunkmeyer right now is making a great case either to stay here as the starter or to move on somewhere else.
1st and 10, 27. They hand it off to Martin. Martin stood up just past the line of scrimmage by Cade Denhoff. Maybe they'll give him one. 6:10 to go in the ball game. Penn State nearing the red zone. They lead 15-10. They'll say no gain on the play.
Now Penn State just taking their time. That clock just ticked under 6 minutes. Penn State had been going with a lot of tempo for much of this game, but right now they're content to play it like an old school Big Ten 3 yards in a cloud of dust thing and run that clock down.
Now they'll officially mark him as a 1-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 9. Penn State leading 15-10. 5:35 to go. On the 27, they hand it off to Martin on the left side. Stutter step, cuts inside, and picks up a nice chunk of change down to the 20. A 6-yard gain. Kobe McLeod eventually brought him down. 3rd and manageable now coming up as they near the red zone.
Now, Martin tried to run this wide to the left, but the defense...
Their second and a half.
Clemson takes their second timeout. Go ahead, Trevor.
Yeah, the defense got upfield and set that edge wide to the left, and Martin seemed like he was a bit stunned because he thought he would get outside, but it opened up inside a pile of players out wide, and he made a really good decision to cut it up inside. I mean, this is just a freshman, and he's been doing a great job pressing into service. Remember that Nick Singleton and Katron Allen have both opted out of this game to prepare for the NFL.
Martin, 18 carries, 94 yards, had 13 career carries coming into this one.
Yeah, he's been fantastic in this game, but the offensive line especially has been fantastic. There have been so many guys out, including left guard, Benga Ioane, who also opted out to prepare for the NFL, and all these young guys, big guys for Penn State, but inexperienced, taking over.
Big 3rd down here on 3rd and 4 from the 21. They hand it off to Tyke Hayes picks up the first down as he rumbles up the gut to the 11-yard line, a 10-yard gain.
Talking about that Penn State offensive line, they were just leaning on that front of Clemson the entire time. You had one guy on the ground. You had a couple other guys that just could not get off of blocks, and that's where the space was.
Grunkmeyer on 1st down, throws over the middle, touchdown! Andrew Repelier, an 11-yard pitch and catch. Penn State extends their lead to 11, under 5 to go in the game.
I love the way they sequenced this, George. They were taking their time this entire drive, and all of a sudden they went tempo, and Clemson was not ready. And they lost Andrew Repelier. He's normally a blocker. He does catch the ball well, but the Clemson defense lost track of him in their coverage, and he was wide open.
Well, the reason they lost track of him is because Egan Boyer, normally the backup left tackle, who's starting at left tackle today for Drew Shelton, was split out wide. So I think Clemson was just confused, and the extra point is now up and good for Penn State. The lead back up to 12. 4:56 remaining in the game here in the 4th quarter. Penn State leading 22-10 against Clemson. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day. Every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control. All on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
What would you do with 3 extra weeks this year? Get 50% off your first 6 months of Gusto payroll and get that time back. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll taxes and compliance. So you can go from payroll runs to donut runs, crunching numbers to crushing goals, admin to adventure. Switching now means no need to transfer your payroll history either. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/smallbusiness. That's gusto.com/smallbusiness.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the VivGuard Hytrulo prefilled syringe, which contains F-gartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VivGuardMyWay.com. That's VYVGART MyWay.com. And talk to your doctor about VivGuard Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
This is the Bad Boy Morris Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
4:56 to go in this contest here at Yankee Stadium. Penn State leading 22-10 against Clemson. Their last drive, 8 plays, 75 yards, 3:51 off the clock. And their last 3 drives, Penn State has scored a field goal and 2 touchdowns, Trevor.
And they didn't try to trick the Clemson defense until that touchdown. They just lined up and smashed them. But on that play, left tackle Egan Boyer, who's a redshirt freshman, a backup, lined up wide to the right as if he were a tight end. Andrew Rapplier, the tight end, lined up in the left tackle position. And the defense was confused because it looked like that was just a left tackle who's not going to be eligible. But Rapplier was eligible because the receiver to that side was back, and so he wasn't on the line. So Rapplier was an eligible receiver at the left tackle position. When he ran straight up the field into the end zone, nobody on the Clemson defense marked him. And that's why they went tempo on that play, so Clemson wouldn't have time to diagnose what the formation was.
Remember Gabriel Wusu, that's an excellent explanation, Trevor. Remember Gabriel Wusu kicked one out of bounds on his last kickoff. This time he kicks it. Randall will fair catch it inside the 10. And Clemson will need a bit of a minor miracle here. Under 5 minutes to go. They trail by 12 as Terry Smith and the Penn State Nittany Lions, Terry Smith, the interim head coach, trying to seal the deal here defensively and get themselves another bowl win. It would be their first win against Clemson. They're 0-1 historically. They lost in the 1988 Citrus Bowl to the Tigers. So right now, Lions and Tigers. Lions in control. Here's Klubnik. His own 25 in the gun. Drops back 5 steps. Pressure coming backside. Gets hit front side. Throws it. Delivers it. Complete to Bedcourt. He's off to the races in the 40, 45. Gets it to Penn State territory. Down to the 48-yard line. A 27-yard gain. And the Tigers aren't done yet. Danny Dennis Sutton with the pressure on Klubnik. Back in the game and causing havoc. But Klubnik able to deliver. 4 receivers out there. 2 to each side. Klubnik takes the snap. Looks left. Throws left. It's incomplete, intended for TJ Moore down the left sideline at the 25-yard line. But the true freshman, Darius Dixon, gets his paw in there. 3rd down upcoming.
Well,
second down, pardon me.
A veteran quarterback will go after the true freshman who is in there for A.J. Harris. But the thing is, Dixon has played a lot this year, so he's not really a true freshman anymore. He's got a lot of experience under his belt.
2nd and 10 for the 48 of Penn State. The 3rd pass breakup for Dixon today. Randall back there with Klubnik in the gun. Klubnik, 5-step drop. Klubnik from behind. Danny Dennis Sutton takes him down inside the 45. Klubnik. That's the third sack of the day on Klubnik. And he's rushing back to the line of scrimmage. Sorry. Klubnik setting the play up. 3rd and 17 from his own 45. 3:58 to go in this one. Klubnik, 7-step drop. Steps up in the pocket, directing traffic. Throws over the middle. It's complete for a first down at the 35-yard line to Tyler Brown, the 35-yard line of Penn State. Klubnik still making magic happen. 3:42 to go. 1st and 10. Penn State leading 22-10 against Clemson, but Klubnik trying to fight to live another down. They hand it off to Randall. Randall taken down at the 32 by Amari Campbell. A 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. I don't know how much more they can run the ball, to be honest with you, in this situation.
No, they can't. But if Penn State gives them an easy run because of a light box, because they're back to defend the pass, then they should hand it off.
Klubnik in the gun, trips to the left. Klubnik, 5-step drop, pressure coming in his face. Now he's rolling to his right. Dumps it off to Randall at the 40, and Randall can't even get back to the original line of scrimmage as Ty Blanding takes him down behind the original line of scrimmage. A 4-yard loss on the play. 3rd and 11 upcoming.
Now, they don't need to get it all right now. They need a touchdown, but they don't have to get all 11. This is 4-down territory.
They're 5 of 14 on 3rd downs today. Gideon Davidson in the backfield with Klubnik. Takes the snap, 4 receivers in the route. Klubnik looks left, throws left. Incomplete! What a defensive play there by Kenny Mosley Jr. Tyler Brown, the intended target, at the 20. So it's 4th down and 11 from the 36-yard line of Penn State. This is the ball game for the Tigers with 2:33 to go, and they trail by 12.
Harder than it needs to be. Brown lined up on the left, ran a post, and he was tightly covered 20 yards down the field, but there was a lot of space underneath that to get part of this 11 yards. Now it's 4th and 11.
4th and 11. Offset eye in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, ball on the right hash. Klubnik in the gun. Penn State showing blitz. Here they come. Klubnik under pressure. Taken down again the 4th time. This time Toure got him. The free safety came in on the blitz, and that will do it. Penn State holds Clemson. They turn them over on downs, and they're going to win the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl here at Yankee Stadium.
And they did it with aggression on defense. They had 8 guys up at the line. Not a single one had his hand in the dirt. Not one defensive lineman on the field with his hand down. And instead of having a bunch of guys drop out like it looked like, they all rushed except for one. 7 rushed and overwhelmed the pass protection for that 4th down sack.
Druckenmeier and company break the huddle. Clemson has 1 timeout. They hand it off to Martin. Martin up the middle to the 50. And a timeout for Clemson. Dabo will take his last timeout as he's trying to huddle up his team at midfield.
Timeout. Clemson, their 3rd and final timeout of the half. 60 seconds in lane.
So a 4-yard gain there by Martin. Timeout Clemson, and Anthony Donko, the only starter remaining for Penn State along the offensive line. The redshirt sophomore is down on the field as the trainers are tending to him at about the 43-yard line.
And the crowd was yelling after that sack. The Penn State crowd, Terry, Terry. For Terry Smith, the interim head coach. He's beloved by this fan base, beloved by the team to the degree that Matt Campbell, the incoming head coach, wanted to make sure he kept Terry Smith. He was coaching the defensive backs, and he is so good at developing players and at relationship with players that it was imperative for Matt Campbell to keep him on this staff, and he agreed to stay. And the crowd was chanting his name. He, as the interim head coach, was instrumental in turning around this Penn State season after losing 6 in a row, losing their starting quarterback, losing their head coach, got fired, James Franklin, and then elevated to interim head coach Terry Smith. And Terry Smith put this season back on a track that they can be proud of.
Druckenmeier under center here on 2nd and 7. Offset eye in the backfield. They hand it off to Martin. Martin up the middle. Lowers the shoulder. Gets inside the 50 to Clemson territory at the 47. McLeod and Alexander with the tackle. It's a short gain there. It'll be 3rd and 3 upcoming, and we'll tick down to the 2-minute timeout. Our announced attendance, 41,101 here at the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl here at Yankee Stadium between Clemson and Penn State. As we hit the 2-minute timeout, Penn State trying to seal the deal. Clemson has no more timeouts. 2-minute timeout, Penn State 22, Clemson 10 here in the 4th quarter. This is the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/streaming and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/streaming.
This is Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Mix and match players from any sport on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OT and get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. That's code OT on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly in site credits when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in site credits for just playing. Guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Quick break. Want to make a big play on your next paint project? Go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer. Only at the Home Depot. With over 1,000 colors, exceptional hide, and advanced stain blocking, Behr Marquee is built to stand up to real life. No do-overs, no wasted weekends. Just bold color and a finish that holds strong. One coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee. Only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One Coat Hide Collection.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. You know, one of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. Mm-hmm. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
You're listening to the Bad Boy Boys Pinstripe Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Welcome back here to Yankee Stadium. Penn State leading 22-10, a 3rd and 3 upcoming from the 47 of Clemson. Trevor Maddich, who is your big Monster Energy player of the game?
Trevor Pena. He's the one that had that huge touchdown pass, over 70 yards. He had to break 2 tackles downfield in the middle of the field to get that catch and run. It was fantastic.
And that, of course, Trevor Pena is our Big Monster Energy player of the game, brought to you by Big Monster Energy today. Ready to take it to the next level. Unleash the beast this college tailgate season with Monster Energy. Tear into a can of the meanest energy drink on the planet, Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. George Sedano, Trevor Maddich, Caroline Hendershot with you here. As Penn State looking to wrap this thing up. You hear the fans that remain here chanting, "We are Penn State." Tyke Hayes is back in the backfield now. The freshman got some carries earlier, made some meaningful contributions today, along with Quentin Martin. Druckenmeier under center, hands it off to Hayes. Hayes right up the middle will have the first down. And Clemson has no more timeouts to stop it. So now it'll be victory formation for the Nittany Lions. It'll be Penn State's 34th all-time win in a bowl game or CFP game, 4th most in FBS.
Hey, the only thing that would change is that we might go round.
So, Penn State huddling up now. 90 seconds to go. Runkmeyer takes the snap and will kneel it.